on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
WBCFM at HD Boston 98.5, the Sports Hub. Is the media group station.
This is Boston Bruins hockey. Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, TD Bank, Service Credit Union, and by Catches Law.
2 seconds, 1 second, it's over! The Bruins have won the Stanley Cup!
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
After 39 long years, the Cup is back home. The Bruins are 2011 Stanley Cup champions.
Now, here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
From TD Garden, it's Boston Bruins hockey. Tonight, the Bruins kick off their longest homestand of the season, 5 straight games here on Causeway Street, as they welcome in the Utah Mammoth for the only time this season. Great to have you with us alongside Bob Beers. I'm Ryan Johnston. Tonight's storylines are brought to you by your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado, where dependability comes standard. Bruins took 2 out of 3 on their road trip to St. Louis, Winnipeg, and Minnesota. Sunday's game against the Wild, the only sour note of that trip, a 6-2 loss. Despite a pretty evenly played 2 periods, Bruins found themselves down 3-0 going into the third. An early goal put things out of reach. Coach Marco Sturm said afterwards, there are some lessons they can take away from Sunday's loss.
They're a very good hockey team. They're built pretty big. They play the right way. They play pretty hard. And they go to the net really hard, too. So that's something I mentioned even between periods. That's something and even with teams like that, we have to learn from that. And that shows we're not there yet. And that's a good thing, I think. Do we like the end results? No, but we had our chances in the first, even in the second period. And those are the chances you have to use. Otherwise, it's going to get hard against a team like that.
Yeah, and don't forget, Quinn Hughes coming into their lineup. Everybody's a little extra pumped up in that game from Minnesota. And they've been playing good hockey anyhow, right? They had a slow start to the season, and then they've really kind of turned it on and got back to the team that they feel they can be. And now you add Quinn Hughes into that mix. So even with some of the injuries that they had going into that game, they still played the game the right way. But I think from the Bruins' perspective, it was a close game, but too many mental errors, I think, in that game. A couple people were even talking about it in between periods, management-wise, saying, how many shots did we pass up that period, that first period? And, you're in great shooting position coming right down the slide. You try to make that extra pass. If it works, it looks great. If it doesn't, why aren't you shooting? So, they were in between, I think, in a lot in that game. And then there was another play in the second period where, you've got a guy coming down the right wing side. You've got an odd man rush. You've got a fourth guy coming up into the rush, a defenseman in McAvoy who wants that puck, and he's got his stick ready for a one-timer. And it's just a routine wrister on net. And they were passing when they should have shoot. They were shooting when they should pass, and then they allowed 2 power play goals. So a kind of combination of those couple of things, and it snowballed a little bit on.
Well, as you mentioned, that pair of power play goals helped them fall behind 3-0 in the first 2 periods. They've now allowed 4 power play goals over the last 3 games, but 5-on-5, Marco Sturm says he likes where his team's at defensively.
No, we feel very good. I think we're heading to the right direction, I would say. I don't look at numbers all the time, but sometimes how I feel, could cause different things. I think it's definitely noticeable for me is when we're not healthy. I think when he played that cost us a lot of chances against, and I think it goes back to those kind of things. I think numbers-wise, I think rebounds, there's a lot of little rebounds, but that has nothing to do with the system we play. So you always have to look at different things, but I feel, and I think the team, we feel very good about our 5-on-5 game.
Yeah, so there's a little bit to unpack there, and kind of clarifying a few things he's saying. He was asked about 5-on-5 defense. And it was based on analytics saying that they give up a lot of really good opportunities. And, Sturm said there, he said, I don't look at numbers all that much, but, health is one thing. When you're missing, how many games have you had McAvoy, Lindholm, and Zadorov all in the lineup at the same time? Very few. And that's gonna test your depth on defense and the way that you defend. I think that some of those are isolated into a handful of games as well. Because when they're on, they keep everything to the outside, right. And there's not a lot of in the middle. And, they've won their fair share of games, and they've deserved to win the majority of games that they played this year. I can only think of maybe one where, maybe they didn't really deserve that game. But other than that, they've done a good job that way. And then the rebounds. And that is, I think that's directed. I'm not putting words in his mouth, but I think it's directed a little bit at Korpisalo. Korpisalo's done really well this year. He plays well. He gives them a chance to win. He keeps the puck out of the net for the most part. But when he's fighting it, there's a lot of rebounds there. And that's going to lead to second and third chances right in front of him. So he has to make great saves on those rebounds because he's giving them up. So and that's something that he continues to work on.
Well, at the offensive end, Sean Corrali coming into tonight's game with a goal and 3 assists over a 3-game point streak. His longest point streak in a little over 2 years. He says it's great as long as the team's having success.
It's easier to feel good about it when you win games. So, you kind of play to be at peace to help the team win a game. So I think that's the major part of it, and a lot of things that you want to say you're playing well when you're not scoring. So it's not all about that, but it's definitely nice to contribute. But find a way to help us win, I think, is the most important thing.
Yeah, look, he accepts his role. He knows what it is. He's been in this league long enough. He knows you love to score, but it's you're counted on to do a lot of different things. We go back to that game against St. Louis. I believe it was St. Louis. He led all forwards in ice time in that game. And it was only around 16 minutes. So you didn't have anybody, getting overextended. Pasternak's first game back. So that shows you his value. The penalty killing, the fourth line was something that they found with Kaslik and Jeannot on his wings. Because it had been Kaslik, Jeannot, and Minton for a while, for about a month probably. And they stayed together when all the other lines were changing around. Now they've got that line that they're going to and trying to find some other lines, some other line combinations that work on the other three. But, that line gets counted on. That line gets put on after a goal. Generally after a power play, your Bruins power play, because none of those three are on the power play. So, they get out there and provide energy, and they have the trust of their head coach.
And it's a line that it feels like you don't want to be out there against because you're going to pay the price more often
when they
than
have
not.
their legs, for sure, yeah.
Well, the Bruins tonight start a 5-game homestand that will take them into Christmas break. They're 11-5 on the season here at TD Garden. Charlie McAvoy, of course, missed close to a month with a broken jaw. This will be his first game at TD Garden since November 11th.
Yeah, really excited. It's nice, you add Christmas break in there too. We'll be home for a while, which is always really nice, recharge. And we've been a really good team at home this year, so I'm looking forward to keeping that going.
Some lineup notes. Marco Sturm going to go with the same lineup today as Sunday. Jeremy Swayman gets the start in goal. One roster note. Bruins this afternoon claimed defenseman Vladislav Kolyachonik on waivers from Dallas. To clear a roster spot, they placed Jonathan Aspero on IR. So we count you down to puck drop between the Bruins and the Mammoth. Here's what's on deck, brought to you by TimberTech Decking and Railing. #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. We'll go around the NHL, including a new GM in Buffalo.
Well, the one thing we talked about when I talked to the team is that it's not their fault, the 14 years that people keep talking about. We're going to focus on today.
We'll chat with Bruins head coach Marco Sturm.
We feel very good and very comfortable at home. Seems like forever, but, other teams are not sleeping either.
And up next, we'll talk about tonight's opponent, the Utah Mammoth, here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With Commuter Rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
We've all seen them. Drivers who are looking at their phones. Is there anything more crazy? It's like they're asking to be in an accident. And why are they even on their phones? To find better car insurance? That's easy. Just pull over and talk with an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you benefit from great coverage and great value. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Extra value meal alert. At McDonald's, get a sausage McMuffin with egg, hash browns, and a small hot coffee for just $5. Price and participation may vary.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
Dylan Guenther, he's been the hero in these spots so many times. Dylan Guenther, he shoots, he scores, and he's done it again! Dylan Guenther, OT winner in the bird, baby!
Back here at TD Garden, Bruins and the Utah Mammoth coming up. Utah, a game above the 500 mark for the season. They're coming off a come-from-behind overtime win, 5-4 over the Pittsburgh Penguins on Sunday. They actually trailed that one 3-0 going into the third. Came back, took the lead. Penguins tied it. Then Andre Tourigny's team won it in overtime, 5-4.
What I did like is the guy in the room and on the bench, they said the right thing all night long. They didn't panic. Obviously, that did not go the way we wanted for a little while in terms of score, but we were playing well, and the guys stayed with it, and we believed we needed to get an ugly one, a rebound or something like that in the third, and when we got the first one, then we were rolling pretty good. I think we did a lot of good stuff in the first two periods. We could not get our shot through. They block a lot of shots. We could have be a little bit quicker in our execution to get some puck through, and having some deflection on the side as well will have help our shooting volume and open up the floodgate. But I really like the way the guys respond.
Yeah, I mean, they're building something here in Utah. They expect to make the playoffs. When the Bruins played them early in the season, and Bruins were in the middle of that losing streak, and Utah was in the middle of a really good run, or just starting a really good run for themselves. They've got some skill. You know, they're going to be missing Logan Cooley here today. That's a big one for them. But they've got some skill up front who can really go. And, you know, they've built their defense the way they like it. They've got draft picks. You know, Billy Armstrong's done an excellent job. You know, they've got a lot of positives going on. New ownership, the brand new, supposedly, I haven't seen it, but brand new the practice arena that's supposed to be fantastic. So they've got a lot of good things going on, and they've got some believability in themselves right now as well.
Yeah, you mentioned missing Logan Cooley. He was on a 40-goal pace before suffering an injury earlier this month. He's going to be out for a couple of months here for the Mammoth. Dylan Guenther, meanwhile, you heard that game winner in overtime. That his 14th game-winning goal in the last two seasons. And for the Mammoth, their third come-from-behind victory in 15 games when they've trailed through two periods.
Yeah, I mean, fun game. Just fun to win a game where you're down, and, you know, collectively everybody's chipping in, and, yeah, I think that'll bring us a lot of momentum.
Yeah, they're hoping to build on it, right? I mean, because the way they looked early in the year, you thought that they were going to be, you know, right at the top or you know, near it anyhow. Just that's how well they were playing. And, you know, and then the Bruins side of things, you heard Marco Sturm's comments this morning. He said, we just did a lot of dumb things in that game. They still only lost 3-2. So, you know, I think it's an exciting team with a lot of skill and can hurt you if you let them freewheel, because they'll have some speed and they'll come at you that way.
And boy, do they play in a tough division, which got tougher over the weekend with the addition of Quinn Hughes in Minnesota. As the Bruins and the Wild get ready, time now for our Catches Law injury report. Victor Arvidsson, Jonathan Aspro each missed their second straight game tonight. Aspro moved on to IR earlier today, but skated this morning along with all the other IR players. Henry Jokiharju, Michael Callahan, Matej Blumel, Jordan Harris, all were on the ice today. Marco Sturm says none of their returns are imminent. Arvidsson probably it will be the quickest to get back in the lineup. Injury report brought to you by Catches Law, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins. They've won over $3 billion for their clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catches Law. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com and schedule your free consultation today. We're going to check the Sports Hub headlines coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey New England, Pregame here. I'm always striving for greatness on the field, but greatness doesn't wait. It gets up, shows up, and moves forward. It takes hard work, ingenuity, and progress to achieve it. That's exactly what Chevy had in mind with the Chevy Silverado. Built bold, built for what's next. It has it all. Power, versatility, tech, comfort, the sky's the limit. Everything a great quarterback is looking for on the road. Because I know the Silverado is striving for that greatness just like me. Get to your local New England Chevy dealer today and check it out. The Chevy Silverado. Built to lead, built for greatness.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
Xfinity is the network you can rely on. Like a close friend who will give it to you straight. The friend who will tell you that new haircut, it's not great. Friends make sure friends get good haircuts. And Xfinity makes sure you get a good deal on Wi-Fi. Xfinity gives you reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi at our best price. This holiday season through January 4th, get gig speed Wi-Fi for just $50 a month for 5 whole years. No strings, no commitments. Just super fast, reliable gig speed Wi-Fi with our best equipment and unlimited data included. Save yourself from questionable decisions and save over Verizon and AT&T. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Xfinity Internet powered by fiber and connected to premises by coaxial cable. Actual speeds vary.
L&F is a veteran-owned company offering premier services such as heat pumps, generators, car charger installs, panel upgrades, and more. Call 844-LF-WISE or visit lfelectralservice.com.
Hey, it's Hardy. Do you need to get into the holiday spirit? Well, take your family to the Enchanted Village at Jordan's Furniture in Avon. Check out the laser light show, synchronized to your favorite holiday songs. There's a new Rudolph 4D ride, and of course, my favorite, your favorite, Jordan's famous blueberry muffins. Buy your tickets ahead of time at jordans.com.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
The Arizona Diamondbacks have become the surprise entrant in the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. They are kicking the tires on the possibility. Headlines, they are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com. You'll save 50% off an extra through oil change at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of busy people. I'm Joe Murray. Ryan and Bob will take you around the NHL next with the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to tonight's game on the Bruins Radio Network to hear this date in history restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
At Ocean State Job Lot, we're always paying attention to the season, and it's definitely getting colder. Snow shovels, ice melt, scrapers, and windshield wash. Coats, hats, gloves, sweatshirts, boots, and slippers. Throw blankets, comforters, flannel sheets, and draft blockers. From heaters and body warmers to blackout shades, driveway markers, and boot trays. Our Christmas department is fully stocked with light sets, gift wrap, greeting cards, ornaments, and gift bags, all ready to shop. Looking forward to seeing you soon at Ocean State Job Lot.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Bruins in Utah coming up from TD Garden. Let's take a look around the NHL, and we're going to start with the move in the front office for the Buffalo Sabres. Kevin Adams out as GM after 6 seasons, been replaced with former Blue Jackets GM Jarmo Kekalainen.
Well, the one thing we talked about when I talked to the team is that it's not their fault, the 14 years that people keep talking about. We're going to focus on today. What can we do today to get better, whether it's on individual level or as a team? And we're going to focus on today. We don't even want to look too much into the future. We got a lot of hockey left this year. I think we could do special things with this team.
Yeah, this is, I mean, it just keeps happening. And I understand what he's saying, and that's the approach you have to have. You know, it's a new day. You're going to have the same coach, but, you know, it's a new day, and it's another opportunity for the players. And, you know, it's just, you know, when you look at the players that they've lost, you know, we've documented the players that have left the Buffalo Sabres organization and gone on to win cups, win scoring titles, just, you know, major awards. It's really it's head scratching, and they keep changing again. They keep changing the coach, and now these players who are supposedly the nucleus of this team right now, they see somebody else now in charge and maybe another vision. And with a new GM, does that mean a new coach? And, you know, it's just, ironically enough, they have 3 wins in a row.
Right.
So it's a little bit odd timing. But, yeah, you know, for Jarmo Kekalainen, I hope it works out for him. I hope, you know, Buffalo's a good sports city, and hopefully they can get some traction here at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it just, you know, it's such an uphill climb, it feels like, and you keep waiting for it. Maybe it's going to be the year, maybe it's going to be the year, and it just hasn't ever turned out to be the year.
Yeah, and, you know, so they're trying to keep this thing rolling and see how the players handle it. A couple good games here today, but one of note that we should mention, and that's the Oilers and Penguins. Yeah. They swapped goaltenders last week. Those goaltenders are going to play against one another here today. Tristan Jarry's up and is playing for Edmonton, obviously, and Stuart Skinner, who basically I run out of town in Edmonton after going to 2 Stanley Cup finals over the last 2 years. You know, he'll be playing for the Penguins here today. So.
Think he wants to win that one tonight?
I think they both do.
All right, that's our look around the NHL. We'll talk with Marco Sturm coming up next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Give the perfect gift this year. 99 restaurant gift cards. They're the perfect gift for everyone on your list. For every $25 you purchase, receive a $5 bonus card for yourself. You gotta love the 9s.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Nobody beats FW Webb for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe valves, fittings, and more. Visit FWWebb.com for a location near you.
Scott Zolak talks with Boston basketball champion and Boston Dental patient Derek White.
One time, Dr. Maliki, we were talking and he told me about his first startup. I think it's called Floss Time, where they bring their team in, provide dental services at the workplace because it's hard to go to the dentist and like everybody is super busy. Does your family go to Boston Dental as well?
Yeah, my wife's she enjoys the care there, and definitely been a great to have a family-like atmosphere in our dentist.
Boston Dental. For a championship smile, go see them in the Seaport for high-end sports-focused dentistry. To make your appointment, visit bostondental.com.
Hear that? Exactly. That's the sound of McDonald's Extra Value Meal. Sausage McMuffin with egg, hash brown, small hot coffee, and sweet golden silence. All for only $5. Price and participation may vary. Promotion pricing may be lower than meal pricing. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
At Service Credit Union, trust isn't just a value, it's a promise to stand with our community heroes. I'm Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. Become a member today at servicecu.org and join thousands making a difference.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
Our pregame interview with Marco Sturm is brought to you by Safety Insurance, providing comprehensive coverage for your auto, home, and business. Ask your independent agent about safety. With Bruins head coach Marco Sturm, as they get set to take on the Utah Mammoth, going back to Sunday's loss in Minnesota, just kind of overall thoughts of how that game got away, especially early on in the third period there.
You know what? It was just, I don't know what the right word is. It was just a funny game. Why I'm saying this is we had a really good start. I really liked the first half of our game, and they were up 1-0, but we just didn't score. I think that's the only thing was missing was we had to score a goal. And if you look at the game before in Winnipeg, we scored that goal and we scored right after, and all of a sudden that was a game changer, right? We played different too when we had the lead. We just didn't score. And then they got some, I don't know, it was not lucky, but it was just, not smart on our part. Some more goals for us against. And all of a sudden the game was almost gone. But we were right there. And that was the frustrating part about that game, because I didn't mind our start. I really didn't. And we just, like I said, we just didn't score.
I wanted to ask you about the special teams. You guys have cut down the number of penalties, but on the trip, you give up a couple of power play goals to Minnesota, 4 power play goals or 4 PK goals in 3 games. What have you seen lately from your penalty killing unit here? As they've given up a few more than you've become used to.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, it's still, we worked on it today. We on more on video than anything else, but we're still in that process too. And I think our top killers do a really good job, but they can't be on all the time. So I think it's more like the second wave, I would say, of killers. They're still learning too, and we got to help them. So yeah, that's why we got scored on a bunch of times in the last 30 seconds of a power play. Because of it. So we just got to make sure we're gonna help them and we're gonna teach them the right way.
On the flip side, on the power play, I think in the last 9 games, you guys haven't had more than 2 power play chances in a game. Is there something that your guys can be doing to generate more opportunities for the power play?
Just move your feet. I think that's the best medicine for it is, if you want to draw some penalties, you got to go to the hard area and you got to move your feet. We got to make them, draw penalties, and that's. Again, overall we did it. I think we had an excellent road trip. We played some really good hockey, and but sometimes, we, second half of the game in Minnesota, all of a sudden we forget a lot of things. So we just got to be more consistent.
Well, you get 5 straight at TD Garden, longest homestand of the year, starting tonight. How important of a stretch in the schedule is this here, going into the Christmas break with 5 in a row at home where you guys have played really well?
Yeah, hopefully it's going to be a good one because we feel very good and very comfortable at home. Seems like forever, but Other teams are not sleeping either, so hopefully it's going to be on the good side, finishing, that little stretch at home the right way before Christmas. And yeah, we need our guys to play the right way, like we always been for the last little while. We need our fans. I know they're going to be behind us, so I think it's a nice combo to have, and we're excited to be home.
From a coaching perspective, the difference between being at home and on the road, getting last change and all that, how big of an advantage can that be for you?
Yeah, no, it's big. It's big. It doesn't matter which team, good team, bad team, whatever it is. I think as a coach, it's definitely, it gives you a little bit advantage to be at home. You can match a little bit better. You have a little bit more time. You can set up things, whatever you want. So you have more control of the game, and that's what I like.
Well, you get the Utah Mammoth for the second time this year. You saw them early on in the season. You were just kind of joking about how different your team looks now compared to then. But what challenges do the Mammoth put in front of you tonight?
Yeah, no, they're a very good, skilled hockey team. They like to be on offense. Let's face it. They because of their skill and their speed, they just the pressure really hard all over the ice. So again, we got to be very, very smart, because that's where they score a lot of. That's where they can get you, but also they can get hurt by that. So again, we just got to be smart. We got to play our game, and we got to play it the right way.
Appreciate the time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
There's Marco Sturm. Bruins and the Mammoth are next.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. He's the media group station.
Sunday in Minnesota, the Bruins looked to close out a perfect road trip, but the Wild had other ideas. Here's Hughes, the trailer, stepping in, shoots and scores. From the high slot area, Hughes able to squeak 1 5-hole on Swayman. It's 4-0. Extra attacker coming on is Kaprizov, and he scores. Kaprizov coming right from the bench, fires it from the top of the right circle, and it's 6-1 Minnesota. Now the black and gold come home for Christmas as they open up a 5-game homestand before the break. The Bruins and the Utah Mammoth coming up next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey.
Cross to Esposito, shot.
Bang! Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins Game 7 in overtime.
Geeky scores. And there is point number 100 for Pasta and goal number 30 for Morgan Geeky.
Boston Bruins hockey is brought to you by your local New England Honda dealers, Shaw's and Star Market, Safety Insurance, Town Fair Tire, Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train, Ticketmaster, your New England Ford dealers, Blue Sky Restoration Contractors, Service Credit Union, TD Bank, and by Catches Law.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Swayman made a great stop at the far post.
And by Dairy Queen, Peerless Boilers, your New England Chevy dealers, Timber Tech Decking and Railing, Charles D. Sheehy, Wendy's, Live Nation, your Boston area Lexus dealers, Tito's Handmade Vodka, and by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score on a penalty shot for Raymond Gordon. David Pasternak calls game, and the Bruins win it 2-1. Bergeron, and the Bruins win the series.
Now here's Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers.
Bruins and the Utah Mammoth coming up as Boston gets started on this 5-game homestand. What do they need to do tonight against Utah?
Slow them down, first of all. Utah likes to, they can run and gun, especially in the offensive zone. They like their D. They do get involved. They're pretty good offensively. But in that offensive zone, if you let them get going, some of that skill will take over. So Marco Sturm was asked about his 5-on-5 defense. He said generally pretty good, even though the analytics maybe suggest a little different. Says a little bit more situational. They're healthy on the back end right now. Take advantage of that health. When I say that, the top 3 are healthy on the back end right now. And you throw Peak in there, you've got 4 that you got to depend on to do a good job in that D zone. And I think a couple guys who were a little quiet, like Morgan Geeky was a little quiet, goal scoring wise here the last few games. Pasternak won 2 games in a row where he was great, and against Minnesota, it just wasn't exactly there. So getting back home, I think should have a good impact on them.
Keys to the game brought to you by Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest prices on tires, go to Town Fair Tire, because nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Face off next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
Hey, it's Big Jim. Are you stuck in traffic going to the game? Next time, do what I do. Just take the train to North Station. With commuter rail, kids 11 and under always ride free. And if the game's on a weekend, you ride with $10 weekends. So next game, don't be late battling traffic and parking. Ugh. Get tickets with the M-Ticket app and take the train straight to the game.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year, and you could potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st on the #1 selling commercial vehicles for 40 consecutive years. And start working smarter with your money. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Based on S&P Global Mobility, CY 1985 to 2024 U.S. TIPNet registrations, excluding registrations to individuals.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
Earn your bachelor's degree online, quickly and affordably with UMass Lowell. Visit uml.edu/online.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
Bruins and Mammoth coming up before we get to the opening faceoff and the national anthem. Let's join Jake Zimmer, PA voice of the TD Garden.
Acts of violence at Brown University and Bondi Beach, Australia, tragically resulted in lives lost and many others injured and shaken. The Boston Bruins and Providence Bruins share a special bond with the state of Rhode Island and are left heartbroken by the events that transpired on Saturday. Our heartfelt sympathies also extend out to all of those in Bondi Beach, as well as the entire Jewish community. At this time, we ask you to please join us for a moment of silence in remembrance of the lives lost at Brown University and at Bondi Beach. Thank you. And now, fans, we ask that you please rise, if you're able, and remove your hats for the singing of the national anthem. Accompanied by Bruins organist Ron Poster, please welcome Todd Angeli.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Todd Angeli with the national anthem. We get set for the opening face-off between the Mammoth and the Bruins. Let's take a look in goal for Utah's Vitek Vanacek. On defense, the pairing of Mikhail Sergachev and Sean Dursey. And up front, it's Lawson Krause, Barrett Hayton, and Dylan Gunther. For the Bruins, it's Jeremy Swayman getting the start in goal. Nikita Zadorov and Charlie McAvoy, your defensemen, and up front a line of Morgan Geekie, Elias Lindholm, and David Pastrnak.
First 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers. Tonight's New England Ford dealers' first 5 contestant of the game is Patrick Roberts of Mansfield, Massachusetts. If the Bruins score in the first 5 minutes, Patrick will win a pair of tickets to a future Bruins game courtesy of the New England Ford dealers. Enter the contest at 985thesportshub.com. Bruins in the home black sweaters, black from head to toe. Mammoth, I like the road jerseys. Nice and clean look. White sweaters with black numbers outlined in blue, as the faceoff is controlled here by Zadorov, or played ahead by Zadorov toward the attacking blue line. It's Geekie along the far side boards, and he'll backhand it deep. Bruins going from left to right here in the first period. Puck brought out from behind the Utah net. Played out into neutral ice and tipped ahead here by Gunther. Zadorov sends it hard around the far boards. Pastrnak tapped it toward the middle, but grabbed there by Gunther. And the Mammoth will get it back into the Bruins zone and go for a quick change. McAvoy angles it behind the net. Zadorov gives it back across to him. McAvoy's pass towards center. Here's Middlestat. Skates in across the Utah line. Hands off for Hustadinov, and a wrist shot is gloved by Vanacek for the whistle.
Yeah, good breakout. Good speed through the neutral zone. Casey Middlestat gets that head of steam up right through the middle. Move it wide. Drive to the net. Hustadinov gets that shot up probably a little higher than he wanted to. And allows Vanacek to make the glove save.
Zaka between Middlestat and Hustadinov here. Wins the face-off. Hampus Lindholm got it to Middlestat along the far side hash marks. Now Hustadinov into the corner. Brings it around behind the net. Sent it to Hampus Lindholm coming through the high slot.
Yeah, just in his skates enough where he had to try to handle it there.
Paterka pushed it through the neutral zone. Middlestat will direct it back toward the Utah end, and he's got Zaka. Chipped it toward the near boards, but steered right back out toward the blue line by Clayton Keller. And now the Mammoth control in their own zone. Pass through center ice, tipped deep by Keller. He'll let off on a change. Swayman sends it into the far corner. Crossing pass here to Middlestat on the right side. He's got Asimont cutting up that right wing side now and carries down into the corner. Ridden into the corner by Carconi. Puck will wrap around toward the far side boards, and Jack McBain able to play it up and out of the zone. Into the Boston end comes Daniil Boot. Steves with a free puck along that far side wall. Soderstrom to the right side for Asimont. Sweeps it deep. Vanacek stops it at the side of the net. Cole will play up that far side. McBain try to pass into the middle of the neutral zone. Collision near the blue line as Fraser Minton stepped into Boot. Utah with the puck back in their own zone here. Stenlund drops it back again. Nate Schmidt. Schmidt played off the near boards and deep. Swayman keeps it moving around to the far side. Jeannot is there. Outlet pass was blocked by Stenlund, but they do get it out of their zone. Liam O'Brien going to bring it back in along the near side. A wrestling match with McAvoy as they track the puck into the near corner. Zadorov sends it around the near side wall. Rally force back deep. O'Brien able to take one away, and a centering pass, and Swayman with a big glove stop on Stenlund from in tight.
Yeah, Stenlund, a great opportunity. He's maybe a little too tight on this play, but it's a Zadorov's trying to make the right play and go around the boards with it, but he kind of fans on it, and O'Brien pounces on it, tries to make the first pass in front, and it's blocked away by Corrali and the stick of Swayman, and then Stenlund trying to get that puck up and over the glove of Swayman.
2:35 gone here in the first period. Face off in the defensive zone. Elias Lindholm to take it, with Geekie and Pastrnak once again tonight. Face off controlled by Hayton. Sergachev from the left point, a shot. Glove stopped by Swayman. Be another face off.
Another one that kind of sails, right? It's just routine saves for the goaltender when those pucks sail, and have a back foot wrister by Sergachev. Nobody able to get to the front of the net.
Face off controlled this time by the Bruins. Hampus Lindholm. Geekie in the far corner. Lost out toward center ice, but deflected by Krause. Comes in on goal. Vanacek just shovels it aside. Mammoth will clear. Hampus Lindholm from behind the Bruins net. Sent it around the far side wall. Picked off there by Gunther. Forced back toward that far circle and back to the point. A drive by Dursey. It's knocked down in between the circles, and Gunther off balance, able to play it out of the corner. Sergachev sends it back across to the far side. Geekie picks it up off the far wall, fires a pass through neutral ice. It'll go for an icing.
Yeah, he was looking for Pastrnak, but Sergachev had rotated back that time. Pastrnak was not going to get behind him. You know, that wraparound, the Bruins have used it a couple times right off the bat here. We're not, just over 3 minutes in, probably 3 or 4 times they've wrapped the puck around. That last one, Gunther was waiting for it.
Elias Lindholm once again will take the face-off. This time that far circle to the left of Swayman. Utah controls. Keller from out near the blue line. Shot one off the backboards. Trying to get it back out in front was Schmaltz. Boston can't get out of the zone. Check here the high slot area by Peak. Able to run Peterka away from it. Back of the point. Schmidt sends over to the far side. They'll rotate it down low to Keller. He skates it out toward the blue line. Crossing pass, and Schmaltz misfired on a one-time attempt from the left circle.
Very active as a five-man unit in the offensive zone.
Ticking down toward 4 minutes gone here in the first period. Scoreless. Hampus Lindholm starts it up ice for the Bruins. Directed ahead by Middlestat, but denied entry. Thrown back in deep here in the Bruins zone. Soderstrom got it to Lohrei in the far corner. Now Zacha coming back toward that far side corner. Will bring it across toward the near side, and Soderstrom's pass for Husnadinov missed at center ice, and that'll be another Bruins icing.
Well, this line, with McBain in the middle for Utah, they'll be physical. Bruins missing on a couple passing attempts. One was kind of a hope play. That one was just missed by Soderstrom trying to go through the middle of the ice.
Zacha against McBain on this face-off. Michael Carcone and Daniil Boot, the wingers for McBain. That line you're talking about as Zacha plays it in front of Jeremy Swayman.
Boot's 6'5".
Husnadinov will dump it in. Yeah, 6'5", 203, just 20 years old. And the first-round draft pick. Playing in just his 8th NHL game tonight. As Vanacek will spin it around the far side. Cole misplayed along the far boards, but Boot has it. Over to Oli Mata near side. In the neutral ice. Cross ice dump into the far corner. Lohrei will go to get it. Steps back behind Jeremy Swayman. Cuts back toward that far side. Pass for Steves just outside the blue line. Got knocked down by O'Brien. But the Bruins will get a clear here. Asamont finds Lohrei. Stepping ahead to the red line and now to the blue. Dumps it around the boards. Near side. Steves pressuring Sergachev in the near corner. Puck pulled back in behind the net. And thrown up ice here for Sergachev. Up the right side. Stenlund throws one on goal. Glove saved by Swayman. No rebound.
They can move the puck. They zip it around pretty well. The Bruins had it going the first couple minutes and then had a couple icings to slow them down. But feeling good after a couple wins. And they've got to be good in that division. You mentioned the addition for Minnesota and Hughes. They've already got Colorado and Dallas. Don't forget about Winnipeg.
Right.
You got Hellebuck back.
Utah enters the night in 4th place in that division. 3 points ahead of Winnipeg, who's in 5th.
Well, Winnipeg fell back to the pack after they weren't great before, but after Hellebuck's injury.
Yeah. Puck brought into the Bruins zone by Krause. Hands it off, and they work it to the high slot for Gunther. His shot up off the back glass.
Yeah, 4-man rush that time. But their D will get involved.
McAvoy dumps into the Utah zone. Ricocheted hard out of the corner. Kastelik putting the pressure on Schmidt near side. Gunther will play it back behind the net. Marino pushed it up the far wall. And they get it out to center ice.
All 3 guys on that forward line getting hits in on that four-checking shift.
To rally from the red line will spin it back around behind the Utah net. Geekie on the far side wall. Mammoth will move it out. Cross ice, it comes to Peterka. and throws it into the Boston zone, and it's offside, and it's a good thing because Nick Schmaltz was streaking right to the front of the net. We'll take a break with 13:48 to go here in the first period. Bruins and Mammoth are scoreless early on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
At Ira Mazda, we're part of your neighborhood. And because you're our neighbor, our friend, our family, we believe you should expect more from your Mazda buying experience. Like more value on innovative driving design, craftsmanship, and technology. More top-notch service from local certified experts. And more selection across the full Mazda lineup of sedans and sports cars, hatchbacks, and SUVs. So stop by our showroom during Mazda's More to Move You sales event through January 5th and see what more can do for you at Ira Mazda.
Hey, Doug Flutie here. We all want our favorite team to be included and to thrive in the playoffs. And at the Flutie Foundation, we want people with autism included and thriving in their communities. Please visit FlutieFoundation.org to donate and be a champion for people with autism.
At Citizens, we help make sense of your money and all your money questions.
Is there a right way to prep for my future?
Do I keep renting or finally buy?
How big of a nest should my nest egg be?
Is cash still king?
If money talks, what's it say to me?
Can I become king of the hill in Beacon Hill?
Whatever money questions you have, Citizens has the answers. Make sense of your money at citizensbank.com/made-ready. Member FDIC.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift? Ace Ticket has you covered. With what you see is what you pay, upfront website pricing, and real Boston people answering the phone to help you, Ace makes it easy. Call 1-800-MY-SEATS or visit aceticket.com.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
The first 5 minutes of tonight's game were brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Celebrate the year-end sales event and hurry in to secure your deal today on a brand new Ford. 13:48 to go here in the first period. Utah with a 4-1 shots advantage. Neither team has found the back of the net as of yet. And we'll get a face-off here at center ice to resume things.
Yeah, only one challenging one, I think, for Swayman, right? Stenlin chance from point blank there, but that they've been fairly routine.
Puck will get lifted into the Bruins zone here. Sergachev putting pressure on Peak as they go behind the net. Puck around the far side boards. Will be kept in. Far circle. Middle step. Played it toward the near side. Ricochet to Peak. He'll carry it ahead to the red line and dump in. Around the boards it goes into the far corner. Spun back behind the net here by Dursey. Send it up the near side. Peak is waiting for it at the point to keep it alive. Deflected puck came to Zacha. And now along the end board. Spun back toward the near side by Sergachev. Peterka goes down along the near wall, and we get a penalty coming.
Be a trip to Zacha. He was trying to find that puck in Peterka's skates and took out the back of his legs.
So with 13:12 to go here in the first period, Utah gets the first power play chance of the night. Bruins have surrendered 4 power play goals over the last 3 games, including a pair on Sunday.
2 that really hurt them against the Wild.
Yeah.
And they were strange goals because, right, they killed the top unit from Minnesota. Didn't do any of the damage. It was their second unit. It was really late in both penalties.
Here is Peterka getting it off the near board. Schmaltz going to skate it down the wall. Now Peterka right back to Schmaltz out of the corner. Pass to Sergachev at the left point. Over to Keller. Center blue line. Sergachev. Schmaltz. Quick pass looking for Gunther coming toward the slot. Couldn't quite corral it. But the Mammoth keep it going. Peterka. Keller. Right circle. Brings it up top. Pass across. And Gunther was looking for a one-timer. That one disrupted around the far side. Keller will pass it back through the far circle, and it comes all the way back out into center ice. Minute 14 to go on the power play. 12:22 left here in the first period. Schmaltz gives it on the right side to Gunther. They gain entry around the near side boards. Peterka waiting for it near the hash marks. Tried to go back around the wall, and it got cut off behind the net by Hampus Lindholm, but kept alive at the point by Sergachev. Played it toward the corner, and it goes out of play.
That's a good read by Lindholm. He just couldn't get enough leverage on it to get it out. Sergachev keeps it in out at the left point. Sergachev will play more than any defenseman, most likely. He usually does. Their forwards, they're quick up front. He fanned on that shot. He was in a good shooting position. Crowley was coming out to try to block it.
Gunther's on a heater. 5 goals in his last 4 games,
including the game winner last game.
He has a knack for that. As Dursey brings it back toward the blue line. Boot near side. Back to Dursey. Just held the line. Gives it back to Boot. Gave it up and got it right back from Hayton. Boot stepping to the dot. Hayton sends one across, and a one-timer hit the outside of the net. On that far circle, Krause.
Minton had got a piece of that, but didn't get all of it.
Boot, near side circle. Dursey up top. Back across, and it deflected on goal by Carcone.
Great save. Right pad.
Just got the pad to it. Hayton to Boot. Near side wall. Back up top for Dursey. Throws it in front, and Hayton, backhander around Swayman, scores. With 15 seconds left on the power play.
Three goals, 3 power play goals against in a row that have come with about 15 seconds to go. And it's a shot pass from the point. Barrett Hayton is going to the net. And he's off to the right of Swayman. And he directed it on Swayman. It might have hit Lindholm and gone in. The Bruins might challenge us for offside. Looking at Nesson right now, they look at the entries. They had a really close look at the entry into the zone. The Bruins are not going to challenge, though.
So Utah with a power play goal and a 1-0 lead. 4th of the year for Barrett Hayton.
Get another look at how that went in, because it didn't go in cleanly.
Rattles around into the far corner of the Bruins zone. Got through O'Brien at the back of the net. Schmidt will throw a floater toward the side of the net. O'Brien a centering pass. Looking for Yamamoto in between the circles. Instead it goes all the way down the ice, and Vanacek forced to play it away from Pasternak. 9 minutes gone here in the first period. O'Brien will redirect it deep.
Taking a couple healthy runs at the deep, and for Utah, Marino just getting out of the way of that last one.
Pasternak to Elias Lindholm across the line. Geekie left circle, threw it in front, came all the way through. Pasternak off the near wall with a drive. Vanacek blocked that one, and a centering pass looking for Pasternak was Geekie, didn't connect as he was tangled in front. Look up into the air. Pasta got a glove on it to keep it alive, but now Stenlund has it back for the Mammoth. They brought out into neutral ice, pass for O'Brien, directed just inside the Bruins zone. Zaka hit along the near side board, stays with it along the wall. But now it's Boot for Utah, stepping forward, and offside along the near wing was Jack McBain.
Yeah, that's frustrating when you kill the majority of that power play, and all of a sudden it's a good look from the point. Hayton may have gotten the backhand like you said, but I think he dragged it around and might have got through the legs there. But it was a good pass. And then on the other end, Geekie trying to return that pass for Lindholm, was going to the net. Elias Lindholm had his stick lifted.
So Utah power plays came into the night ranked 27th in the league, but they've got goals in 6 of their last 8 games now. As Dursey put to the boards by McAvoy near the Boston blue line. Zadorov's got the puck, sends it up the left wing side for Husnadinov. Cross ice pass. Zaka skates onto it near circle. Goes around behind the Utah net. Try to center for Middlestad, who is tangled up in front. And it'll be lifted out of the zone here by Sergachev, and that's going to go for an icing as it goes wide of Swayman.
And one of the first offensive zone faceoffs that the Bruins have had. There's been a bunch inside their own zone.
Boston with just 2 shots through the first 10.5 minutes here. Razor Minton will come out for the face-off, centering Alex Steeves and Mikey Asimont. Far circle to our right. Wait for the drop of the puck, and now a warning to Bruins side of things. They'll get line back up here.
Yeah, Asimont was going to go in and take the draw. He forgot that you can't get kicked out after a nice thing.
Face-off win by Minton. Steeves to Hampus Lindholm for a shot, and that one right into the midsection of Vanacek, who hangs on. And we'll take a break with 9:32 to go here in the first period. It's Utah 1 and the Bruins nothing on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics.
Good news, homeowners. Over the last 5 years, home values have increased more than 40%. Bad news, homeowners. Some of you haven't adjusted your insurance to cover your home's increased value, which means a natural disaster could also be a financial disaster. Relax, people. Talk to an independent agent about safety insurance. They'll make sure you have the coverage you need today to ensure a happy tomorrow. Safety insurance will help you manage life storms.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
1-0 lead for Utah. 9:32 to go in the first period. Scoring on the power play goal by Barrett Hayton, his fourth. Sean Dursey and Daniil Boot pick up the assists. Points in back-to-back games for Boot, his first 2 in the National Hockey League. Face off in the offensive zone here for Minton once again. Schmaltz wins that draw. Out of the near corner. Puck got away from Keller. Asimon gets it to Steves. Wide angle shot. Vanacek up against the near post. Minton takes it out of the corner. Puck will come behind the net. Schmidt chasing it into the far side corner. Pokes it out toward the blue line, but Hampus Lindholm will spin it right back deep. Marino now into the corner. Asimon grabs a hold of him. Steve's got knocked down to a knee. Puck is free, and Utah going to break it out. Keller gets it through the neutral ice and across the line. Here's Peterka stepping right in. Shot goes up and over Swayman.
That play's all made by Keller.
Here's Keller with a chance from the inside of the left circle. Swayman denies that and covers up.
Yeah, when they've got room to make some of these plays, they're dangerous. Keller coming down the left side through the neutral zone, makes an outside-in move, and the Bruins get spread out there defensively. All of a sudden, it's a, well, it would have been a 2-on-1, but the puck chips free there for Peterka. Peterka walks in alone, just misses the net, and they retrieve it in the corner, get it right back out. That was Schmaltz getting it for Keller. Keller with a good chance. So they've generated some good opportunities here. Utah has, and that last one both off the rush and then off the rebound.
Zadorov off the win of the faceoff, rims it around the far side. Jeannot couldn't get to it as Mata got in his way and turns into a Bruins icing.
Well, it's, you win the draw, set play, you're going to wrap it around, and Jeannot's going out there. I thought Mata could have made more of a play on the puck, though, a little bit there.
So back into the D zone for the faceoff. And a quick meeting as Kastelik chatting with Zadorov. Kastelik lines up with the faceoff against McBain. McBain wins it off the near boards. Cole will wrap it around behind Swayman into the far corner. Zadorov first to it. Lobs it out of the zone. Bouncing puck will be retrieved by Cole here for the Mammoth. Shot it to the near boards. Carcone. Boot. Just inside the red line. Took a hit from Jeannot on the near wall, but Utah will gain the zone here. Carcone along the near boards. Got it through McAvoy into the corner. Jeannot battling in there against McBain and Boot. Puck will wrap around far side. Mata waiting for it at the right point. Back down toward the corner. McBain and McAvoy come together. Charlie got the shoulder into him and knocked him down. And it went back first into the wall. Puck tangled up behind the Bruins net. Boot with it along the dasher. He'll play it up near side. Cole, shot blocked by Kastelik, near circle. And Carcone, a wide angle shot. Save made by Swayman. Poked the rebound back behind the net. Carcone tangled up on the back of the net there as he tried to cut away from Jeannot. Tanner going to clear it, but that's going to go for another Bruins icing.
Yeah, that's that line hemming the Bruins inside their own zone. Couple of chances. Carcone had a couple goals the other day as well. McBain was just trying to shield, protect the puck, get himself in between McAvoy and the puck. And McBain's a big, strong guy, and McAvoy thought he got his stick taken out of his hands.
So face off again to the left of Swayman. Corrali will get in there for the Bruins. Win of the draw. McAvoy comes behind the net. Volleys it out towards center ice. Bouncing puck. Sergachev able to kick it along. Schmaltz at the red line near side. Durzi steps across the Boston line. Peterka coming down the left circle. A centering pass. Keller moving to the left circle. Gets off a shot. And Swayman squeezes that one.
Bruins need to slow these guys down. The skilled guys are kind of taking over. Then to get the grinding guys like that McBain line in the offensive end and just try to wear you down below the goal line. Bruins trying to get some of that. They throw their weight around a little bit. They've had a hard time kind of catching Utah in the right situations, but coming through the middle of the ice, getting into the offensive end, off the rush, they can make plays.
Off the face-off, puck pulled toward the near wall. Gunther got it right back from Sergachev. Puck goes around behind the net. Peak battling with Hayton back there. Durzi now at the right point. Over to the near side. Sergachev tried to get it to the net. Partially blocked by Pasternak. In the near corner. Wrapped around far side. And Durzi able to drag it into the far circle through some traffic. But can't get it in front. Geekie plays off the far boards. Pasternak coming ahead was behind Sergachev and tried to drag that back skate at the blue line, but winds up offside instead.
Someone came over to have a word with Pasternak, and Pasternak was having none of it. He took a backhand shot that was wide just as the whistle was going.
Sean Durzi pointing at the blue line and hollering in Pasternak's direction. The faceoff's going to come all the way back into the Bruins zone. That's where the pass originated.
Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious it was offside, but they wait on the. I'm not blaming the lines. I'm just saying that there was a little bit of a slow whistle, and Pasternak, I'm going to take the shot, not take a chance. Durzi took exception to it. Sergachev kind of let up on the play. He knew it was offside.
Off the face-off, here's Mata out of the blue line with a shot that redirects on Swayman.
That just hit him. He had his glove up to catch it, redirected him and hit him in the chest.
Cole to Stenlund. Near side boards. O'Brien going to wrap around to the far side. Mata inches down to the circle. Centering pass. Stenlund couldn't get it to settle as he was set up between the circles. Middlestat going to move the Bruins back through neutral ice. Sends into the right wing corner. Cole back behind his net to the far side. Stenlund near the red line. Picked up on the fly, Yamamoto. Into the far corner. He'll send it hard around the near boards. Took a pretty good hit from Zadorov in that far corner. Now the puck comes back toward Yamamoto. Centered and knocked away by Middlestat. But Utah able to hold the line. Yamamoto knocked down and forced out of the zone by Zadorov. 5:50 to go here in the first. Bruins down by a goal as Peterka regains the Boston line. Schmaltz couldn't find it in his skates. Middlestat turns back toward the near side boards, chips ahead. Schmidt will settle it. Peterka had it knocked away by McAvoy, and Asimont dumps in, took a funny hop off a stanchion, came kicking back out in front. But the Mammoth able to play it away here. Keller up the right side. He's got Schmaltz down the right circle. Forced wide by Hampus Lindholm. Asimont gives to Minton coming out through the neutral zone on the left side. Hampus Lindholm to the left circle. Centering pass. And unable to direct it home was Minton, but a penalty coming up.
Well, Lindholm, Hampus that is, makes a really good play on the back check there. cuts Schmaltz off, doesn't allow him to get the shot away, and then he joins the rush going back the other way. Makes a good pass out in front, just out of the reach. I believe it was Minton in front.
So the Bruins will have their first power play when we come back. 5:11 to go, first period. 1-0 Utah on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support first responders. This season, our 73 Reasons campaign is giving back over $250,000 to protect those who protect us. Join thousands making a difference today at servicecu.org.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation this year for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck to help score a goal, a donation of $100 will be made to the Greater Boston Food Bank, up to $50,000 to help end hunger. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Shaws and Star Market, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins trailing 1-0. 5:11 to go here in the first period, but Boston goes to the power play for the first time tonight. J.J. Peterka called for slashing. Bruins went 0-2 on Sunday, 6th in the league at just over 25% for the season. As McAvoy sets up here for Zaka up high. Geekie one-timer snapped his stick. Back of the net, Pasternak tried to play it toward the far side, cut off by Krause and cleared. Swayman will hand it off for Charlie McAvoy. Now to Zaka. Breaking out of the Bruins zone, right through center ice, and Pasternak's offside as he gains the blue line.
Pasternak trying out the new Bauer Vapors. He's got there's a lot of white in that skate. Like the old Sergei Fedorov skates. Fedorov or Kovalev? I think it was Fedorov.
Not quite California Golden Seals white skates, but minute and a half to go on the power play. Utah will get clear one down wide of Swayman. McAvoy circles back behind. Skates out toward his own blue line. Now back for Zaka. Up the right side, Pasternak. Cole came calling for him. Stopped short.
He was just waiting for that. I mean, he read that. He was going forward at Pasternak there.
McAvoy will try again. Geekie to Zaka. And out of the zone they come. Elias Lindholm back to Zaka on the right side. Pasternak, top of the circle. Sent it across ice. It was behind Geekie. Picks it up off the far wall. Pivots out of the corner to Zaka. Down low. There's Pasternak, right circle. Got it across and they score. Geekie from the left circle fires it home. A power play goal. And we're tied at 1.
Yeah, after a couple of tough entries, Pasternak, instead of routing back into his own zone and getting that puck, he kind of waited at the far blue line. So they get the good entry. The first pass that Pasternak made to Geekie just didn't connect, but Geekie makes a good play using the bumper and Zaka. And then Zaka down low to Lindholm, who's off to the right of Vanacek on the left side there. And he's going to start to attack the net, draw a couple players to him, and then make this pass through the seam to Pasternak, and Pasternak right back through the seam to Geekie, and Vanacek has no chance of getting over on this one.
So Morgan Geekie's 23rd of the season, his 6th power play goal. And we're even at 1. Under 4 minutes to play here in the first. Just outside the Utah line, Jeannot able to get it in. Kastelik takes a bump, move the puck toward the net. It'll go around the far side. Jeannot coming out toward the blue line to keep in. Long shot, sticked away by Vanacek. Far side, loose puck Hampus Lindholm chopped away by Mata. And Utah will move out. Carcone dumps it towards Swayman. Short hops in on the goaltender, and he will cover it up.
Yeah, that line that we talked about, right? Janot and Kaslik and Corrali. I mean, Kaslik took a healthy run in that corner, had a good hit down deep, coming back and just getting involved verbally with a couple of Utah Mammoth players.
Kaslik had a pretty good tilt with Liam O'Brien the first time these two teams played this year. Utah, not an overly fistic team. They've had 5 fighting majors this year. O'Brien's got 3 of them.
Yeah, McBain might be involved in 1 or 2 of those.
I think he's got the other 2.
Yeah.
Bruins have 12, if you're wondering. McAvoy back in his own zone. Zadorov will come to the red line and dump one in around the boards. To the near side. And Peterka standing at his own blue line. Pushed it up the near side wall. Keller didn't see it coming. McAvoy got it to Middlestad, but can't gain entry. Zadorov will take away from Schmaltz, but then gave it right back to him. Peterka, far circle, as McAvoy blocks that shot attempt, and it goes over the glass out of play.
It's better back pressure right there by Middlestad. I mean, I know that Zadorov fanned on it a bit trying to move it, but he was able to stand up right in front of the Bruins bench because of the back check there from Middlestad, you know, tracking back.
.253 left in the period. Face-off will be to Swayman's left. Morgan Geekie, you mentioned he had been, a little quiet goal-scoring wise lately.
Yeah.
They have a 3-assist game in there on that trip as well. But
I just meant the goal-scoring wise, and he wasn't getting as many chances.
Snaps a 3-game goalless drought for him, which is a long drought for him this season. Puck around behind the Bruins net. Listen, back within 3 of the league lead. As the puck comes back to Dursey at the right point, sent one through the slot, directed toward the near side boards by Minton, who runs into Gunther. Hampus Lindholm backhands up off the glass. It'll come out. Sergachev just ahead of Asimont in the neutral zone. Picked off here by Minton. Brings it across the line. A centering pass, and Dursey got a stick on.
Yeah, that was read well by Dursey. I think you got to drive a little deeper there, maybe.
Soderstrom plays it toward the far side. Hampus Lindholm pushed up the wall. Minton gets to the red line and dumps in. Around the near boards, Cole will reverse it back to the far side. Marino plays it out toward the blue line, and it'll trickle all the way back toward the Boston zone. Soderstrom sent it out into neutral ice, picked off there by Stenlund, and right back deep it goes, but that's a delayed offside.
Saw O'Brien coming there.
And O'Brien continued to pursue that puck, so they blow it down. Minute 36 to go here in the first. Stick around during our first intermission. We're going to have a conversation about upcoming event with the Boston Bruins alumni. Tickets going on sale for one of their games coming up that you will not want to miss. Face-off controlled here by Utah. Dump in by Dursey. Swayman sends it around the far boards. Comes bouncing back to Dursey, and his shot gets redirected just wide. Pasternak pushing up the right wing board. Sergachev trying to keep in front of him. Pasternak reaching around. Geekie got it out in front off of Vanacek, and then Elias Lindholm had it knocked away as he tried for a late chance. Carcone coming up the right wing side here for Utah. 1:08 to go in the period. Driven right to the front of the net by Boot. Save made by Swayman. Got another one. That one hit the post. Brought in behind the net here by Dursey. Tried to pass for Boot near circle. That was blocked. Back to the point. Sergachev a drive and the save. And Pasternak will tap the rebound forward here to Geekie. Directed into the Utah zone. Geekie runs into Dursey in the near corner. Mammoth will clear. Boot backhanding to center ice. McAvoy settles it. On the right or left circle is Pasternak. McAvoy to Geekie. Geekie got it right back out in front. Boot got the stick on it first. Here's Pasternak, left circle, a shot. Vanacek took it off the shoulder and then covers it up.
Yeah, a couple crazy bounces down there, and eventually Boston ends up with the puck on his stick on a pass from Geekie. That shot from the left wing circle. A little energy after that goal for the Bruins. It's good to see that line on the board as well. You know, as a group, Boston had some of that success without Geekie. Remember, they changed up all the lines there against St. Louis.
Here's Kastelik in the near corner of the Utah zone with 20 seconds to go. They come back to McAvoy at the right point. Winds and fires, and that gets caught up in traffic. A clearing pass for Keller trying to get a late break. 10 seconds to go in the period. Schmaltz, it's run off it by Zadorov and knocked down. And Jeannot just going to
let a whack from Schmaltz on the back of the legs of Zadorov.
Zadorov fired one ahead, tried for a late chance here, but
he's barking at the referee. You're watching that. You whack on the back of the legs in retaliation.
So we're through one period of play here at TD Garden. Bruins fell behind on a power play goal by Barrett Hayton, but they've drawn even on a power play goal by Morgan Geekie after one. We'll return with our first intermission coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
Hi, it's Jason Todd from Blue Sky Restoration. All hockey season, Blue Sky is restoring historic garden moments on the ice. Tune in to the Bruins Radio Network every home game to hear this date in history, restored by Blue Sky. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. Restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Become a top performer with UMass Lowell's online MBA, the university's top enrolled program. Visit uml.edu/online.
Hey, hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
The Pats play on the Sports Hub.
First intermission here at TD Garden. The Bruins and the Utah Mammoth are tied at 1, and we're pleased to be joined here in the booth during the first intermission by Frank Simonetti, the president of the Boston Bruins alumni, who once again are taking part in the Face-Off for Heroes game coming up January 10th in memory of Chief Special Operator Nate Hardy, benefiting the Warrior for Life Fund. It'll be at Warrior Ice Arena Saturday night, January 10th, and tickets are going on sale. And happy to see you. And this has become a great annual event for the Bruins alumni.
Yeah, Ryan, thanks for having me. Yeah, it has. The Bruins alumni and the Bruins Foundation have really taken the Warrior for Life Fund and the Navy SEAL community under their wings, if you will, and really trying to help them build their programs. They use hockey as a therapeutic tool, but it's grown to be more than that now, where they're doing TBI, health and wellness down in Virginia Beach. And this game brings a lot of awareness for the Warrior for Life Fund, and it brings out some of our best alumni players. And if you allow me to run through the lineup here tonight, it's pretty impressive. So Zdeno Chara, recently minted to the NHL Hall of Fame, is joining us. Joe Mullen and Mark Recchi, both NHL Hall of Famers with 3 Stanley Cups under their belt. And we have 2011 Cup champions Patrice Bergeron, Tim Thomas, Chris Kelly, Adam McQuaid, Daniel Paille, Dennis Seidenberg, Andrew Ferentz, Tuukka Rask, and Johnny Boychuk. Rounding that out will be P.J. Stock, Mark Mowers, Andrew Alberts, Kevin Miller, Al Iafrate, who may be making his first appearance in a Bruins uniform and alumni game here in Boston. And I'm fortunate enough to be able to join the lineup only because I'm organizing it. So, Frank has his privilege, I guess.
Frank, take us back through just the history and how this all kind of got started way back when.
Well, Beersy, you were with me when it all got started.
I know. It certainly was not to the extent that it is now, though, and they were just kind of they were on the floor kind of getting it going when we went down there.
They were a shoestring operation down there in Virginia Beach. Captain Ryan Crowley found hockey to be a really good therapeutic tool for him, and he brought a lot of his brothers out to play. And in 2011, they formed the Virginia Beach Hockey Club, which morphed into Warrior for Life. Bobby, we were introduced to the operation in 2017. You and I went down there to be part of one of their memorial games. And what really floored me and impressed you as well is how much they relied on hockey, how much they relied on family to bring their community together. When we played in the Tapper Roberts Memorial game, there were retired and active duty Navy SEALs. There were wives, there were kids out there playing, and it was just such a wholesome, good time. And the other thing that struck me is how well they accepted us into their community, Bobby. Because if you look at it, what hockey players do and what Navy SEALs do would really require the same type of mentality, right? Teamwork, brotherhood, go into the corners, get dirty, fight as a team. Their job is way more important than what we did as hockey players. But the commonality was there, and they accepted us, we accepted them, and our bond has grown since then. I think they had $700 in the bank when we first met them, and now we're sponsored by the National Hockey League. We've got New Balance and Warrior Hockey involved. We've got a number of other charities that are coming out because people see what the Navy SEAL, Naval Special Warfare community does for this country, and they want to help out. It's the easiest sell job I've ever had, telling people about how important this operation is to that community.
So tickets, website, where can they go for them? When do they go on sale?
They go on sale right now. We just posted it to coincide with this interview. You can visit BostonBruinsAlumni.com or WarriorForLifeFund.org. Plus all of our socials, we'll be posting it on now. Tickets sold out in less than a week last year, so if you want to go see these great guys play, oh, by the way, we're playing against a bunch of active duty and retired Navy SEALs, so everybody gets involved in this one. Come on out and watch us. It's a great time.
Well, you said it's an easy sell. From the list of players you've listed, it sounds like it's an easy sell to get the alumni out for this one, too.
Yes, thank you very much for having me, guys.
Appreciate your time, Frank. Frank Simonetti from the Bruins alumni. He is the president of the Boston Bruins alumni. The current day Bruins are even at a goal apiece with the Utah Mammoth. 1-1 our score. Barrett Hayton power play goal at 8:34. Morgan Geeky's Bruins power play goal at 16:01 has things tied up at the end of one. Coming up next, we'll get a check of the Sports Hub headlines with Joe Murray, and then we'll be back to get the second period going here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. Visit your New England Chevy dealers. Tip off every Celtics game all season long with a great tasting 96-calorie Miller Lite, the original light beer. Miller Lite is an official partner of the Boston Celtics. Miller Lite, when it's game time, it's Miller time, Celtics fans.
The great gifting event at BJ's Wholesale Club offers such great deals, we called in the greatest gift deliverer to spread the word.
Listen here, Santa's hardest working reindeer, letting everyone know the great gifting event at BJ's is on with 25% off select toys, 30% off select video games and small appliances, and more through December 24th. Plus, get free same-day delivery on eligible items. You'll save money while saving my aching hooves.
For terms, visit bjs.com/gifting and save all holiday season.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
Hey, it's Mavs for Window Nation. I don't need to tell you, it's cold out there. If you spent last winter thinking that it was time for new windows, it's good that you waited. Right now, during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, you can get 50% off, plus you could get 0% financing for 5 years. That's on windows that stop those cold, wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and are so energy efficient that you will save money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, they're installed in 1 day, backed with a lifetime warranty, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon, so don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Gambling can be addictive, just like alcohol and other drugs. And like with other addictions, help for yourself or a loved one is out there. Call the Massachusetts Problem Gambling Helpline at 800-327-5050.
The Bruins play on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZ-FM at HD Boston, 98.5 The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, NHL scoreboard after one period. Chicago leads Toronto 2-0. It's the Flyers and Canadiens tied at 1. Islanders have a 1-0 lead over Detroit. It's Vancouver 1. The Rangers 0, and the Blue Jackets have a 1-0 lead over Anaheim. Just beginning of the first period, Oilers, they have a 2-0 lead over Pittsburgh. 3 games later tonight, Wild host Washington, Calgary on the road in San Jose, while the Kraken, they host Colorado. The Arizona Diamondbacks have become a surprise entrant in the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. They are kicking the tires on the possibility of adding Alex Bregman. And the Patriots, they are off today. They'll practice tomorrow and then travel to Baltimore for Sunday Night Football. The Giants today claim former Patriots linebacker Caleb Murphy. Do you want to win big and give back this holiday season? The Bruins Foundation 50/50 Holiday Jackpot is live, running until December 23rd. The proceeds benefit 5 organizations that help support community this holiday season. Tonight's beneficiary is the Guide Program at McLean, whose mission is to help enhance the lives of people living with dementia and their caregivers. Purchase today for a chance to score the early bid prize, a David Pasternak signed jersey. To learn more, visit bostonbruins.com/50/50. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline Instant Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com to save 15%. I'm Joe Murray. The second period is next for the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Sports don't get any tougher than hockey, and trucks don't get any tougher than Ford F-Series, F-150, and Super Duty. The trucks that move mountains also move parade floats and snowmobiles. With that versatility, it's no wonder Ford F-Series is the #1 selling pickup for 48 years straight. Visit buyfordnow.com for great offers. Your New England Ford dealers, a proud partner of your Boston Bruins. Sales claim based on 1977 to 2024 calendar year total sales.
Hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team. Electrical contractors, your crews have better things to do than sit in their trucks and name cloud formations. Let Granite City Electric Supply get your crews working first thing every morning. Use the GCE Night Train. Overnight delivery to your job site by 6 a.m. Or pick up your materials with 24/7 access at one of 27 GCE Night Train depot locations. Let's face it, knowing your supplies will arrive at 2 p.m. doesn't help you in the morning. Experience the GCE Night Train difference from Granite City Electric, proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
With a crispy onion cheeseburger, fries, or drink a sundae, the new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything you could want and more. Only at participating locations. DQ. Happy taste good.
At Ocean State Job Lot, we're always paying attention to the season, and it's definitely getting colder. Snow shovels, ice melt, scrapers, and windshield wash. Coats, hats, gloves, sweatshirts, boots, and slippers. Throw blankets, comforters, flannel sheets, and draft blockers. From heaters and body warmers to blackout shades, driveway markers, and boot trays. Our Christmas department is fully stocked with light sets, gift wrap, greeting cards, ornaments, and gift bags. All ready to shop. Looking forward to seeing you soon at Ocean State Job Lot.
All right, folks, are you looking to do something different for your next event? Maybe your child's birthday party, or even just a fun night out with your friends? Splitsville at Patriot Place is something for everyone. They got 12 luxury lanes of bowling, 4 best-in-class golf simulators, I love those, 3 interactive dart areas, and weekly live entertainment from some of New England's best local bands. Splitsville delivers a one-of-a-kind entertainment experience for all. Host your next event in the shadows of Gillette Stadium. Visit howlsplitsville.com or just call them 508-698-BOWL. Splitsville at Patriot Place, where you can eat, bowl, sing, swing, or aim like a champ.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire. The Revolution play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins and the Utah Mammoth are tied at 1 after 1. We're joined downstairs by Elias Lindholm, who had a role in the power play goal by Morgan Geekie in that first period. Elias, when the power play unit is working, what's the key?
No, I think we're obviously kind of keep it simple. I think Spotters came in here with some good ideas, and obviously it's been working with some good power play units. So he's been a big part of it, obviously, and then once we're out there, obviously we played together for quite some time now, so we kind of know each other pretty well. But I think Spotter has been doing an unbelievable job.
How did that goal come together?
Obviously we know they're aggressive out there, so Geeks made a nice play to Pav, and he found me, had some time, and those two do the rest.
What's the biggest key against this Utah team?
I think the first here we kind of saw what they're all about. They're a fast team. Likes to play off the shot, and obviously I thought we looked kind of slow. Obviously didn't come up to our standards, so we got to play better if we want to have a chance here.
Appreciate the time. Good luck in the second.
Thanks.
Thanks to Elias Lindholm for joining us. He's brought to you by TD Bank. TD cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from pro shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. Learn more at the TD Garden website. TD Bank, bank of the Boston Celtics and Bruins. He said they were a little slow in that first period. Puck possession certainly shows that. They had the puck for 2 minutes and 40 seconds in the offensive zone. Utah the puck for 5.5 minutes in the Bruins D zone.
Yeah, and that's some of it starts through the neutral zone, and then once they get in the offensive end, they're very active. They got a couple lines that can beat you with skill. They got a couple lines that can beat you with, their size if you let them. And it's an honest assessment by Elias Lindholm, and it's the same thing we kind of talked about during the period. They got to slow them down. And You do that by playing faster, but also, being a little bit better positionally through some of those key areas.
Lindholm had an assist on Geeky's power play goal that tied the game. Bruins going to load quickly here to start the period as a quick shot kicked away by Vanacek, and Utah will ice it right off the bat here.
That was a set play. I mean, they were D to D after the win the draw, and Pastrnak just redirects this puck over to McAvoy coming up the ice. All of a sudden, they're into the zone.
Off the shot by Elias Lindholm. They gain a face-off in the attack zone here. That assist for Lindholm on that goal is his 8th point in the last 6 games. Zadorov will play it off the near boards. Pastrnak coming out toward the blue line, turns and fires, and they score! Off the rebound! It's Geeky with his 2nd of the night, and the Bruins make it 2-1.
Yeah, so after the good chance, you get the icing call, and then they go to work with another face-off win in the offensive zone. Now, this is supposed to go to Pastrnak in the left wing circle. They end up getting it to him, but not for the one-timer. Durzi kind of follows him up the boards, and Pastrak's just going to get this shot through, and Geeky goes right to the front of the net. You had 2 black jerseys right in front of the net that time. Vanacek makes the save, but he doesn't really see it, and Geeky able to locate the rebound and just slam it home on the forehand.
2 goals for Geeky tonight, 24 on the season. And the Bruins with their first lead inside of the first minute of this second period. Puck inside the Bruins zone as they're going from right to left. Zacha sends it up the right side for Husnudinov. Gets knocked down along the far boards, but keeps it alive. Back to Peak, a high shot. Vanacek knocks it down. Mammoth will get out of the zone. Peterka got it to center ice. Peak wrestling with Keller as they go toward the far side boards. Peak able to keep it free, but now Schmaltz kept it in just inside the line. Husnudinov to Zacha. He'll step out into neutral ice.
Yeah, I got tripped.
And the arm is up. Bruins are going to go to the power play as Utah touches the puck with 1:06 gone here in the second period. So an early goal, and now a chance to double up the lead very quickly here.
It's a good battle by Peak, and ends up going into the boards pretty hard, but stays right with it. And the Bruins eventually get that puck out. Tight quarters through the neutral zone. Zacha trying to find some space. And it's Schmidt that reaches in, and as Zaka's turning to his left, the stick gets in between his legs.
Attack zone face-off to start the power play. It'll be controlled by Utah. Shot up over the head of McAvoy, and it'll go all the way down to Jeremy Swayman. McAvoy skates back to retrieve it behind the net. Leaves it to Zacha in the near circle. Pass over to Elias Lindholm. He'll skate it out as he crisscrosses with Zacha. Zacha gets it right back to him. Geeky in across the line. Turns along the near boards. Walks it down to the hash marks. Back up top for McAvoy. Backhands a pass to Geeky. Back to McAvoy again to the far side. They play catch with it out near the blue line. Pastrnak, bottom of the left circle. Throws one in front. It bounced off the leg of Cole, and Utah clears. 1:15 to go on the power play. McAvoy to Pastrnak through the neutral zone he comes, and now we'll drop it back. Zacha. Elias Lindholm just inside the line. Sends a floater toward the net. Here's Geeky out of the near corner with it. Steps in behind, goes to the far side. Elias to McAvoy. One touch to long for Pastrnak. Backhands to Geeky at the dot. Throws it in front. Zacha was on the back door. Couldn't redirect that.
Just handcuffed him. Yeah.
Bruins trying to get it back in the zone. It'll be denied, and they'll change up here with 40 seconds left on the power play. Hampus Lindholm finds Steves coming out of the Bruins zone through center ice. Right side, Asimont just inside the line. Can't get it through Cole. They do eventually get it down that far circle, and Steves into the corner, centering for Asimont on the doorstep, and Vanacek able to close the door and cover up.
Yeah, Asimont beats his guy back to the front of the net and gets this pass here from Steves from the corner. Sergachev activates and tries to go after Steves. It leaves Sergachev it leaves Asemont open for a second, and Kraus kind of trying to come back to help out, but it's a pretty good opportunity on the short side there.
18 seconds left on the power play. 17-12 to go second period. Bruins up 2-1. Sergachev pivots back behind his net. Skates it up the near side all the way to the red line, cutting into the middle as he dumps into the far corner. Mason Lohrei from the near corner to Steves, now to Middlestat coming through the neutral zone. Chips deep, power play comes to an end. Schmidt comes out of the box, wrapped around the far side of the Utah zone. It'll angle out towards center. Schmidt's got it. Cole moves it along to Kraus on the near right wing. He'll play it deep. Cole goes behind the net just ahead of Mason Lohrei. Lohrei regains along the far circle. And Hampus Lindholm will get it out towards center ice. A dump in by Steves. Cole skates back onto it for the Mammoth. Dursey in the near corner. Rushed by Steves. That could be carried by Hayton. Yamamoto sends into the right wing corner of the Bruins zone. Peak reversed it back around toward the near side. Zadorov able to knock down Hayton, who winds up with the puck back in his possession. Tried to play it back down the wall, but Corrali wouldn't let it. Yamamoto taken to the boards by Zadorov. Peak trying to play it off toward the near corner. It bounced off of Yamamoto and out in front. Swayman just covers it up.
Yeah, he's trying to use his partner there, Zadorov, trying to get it to him off the boards. The boards were taken away.
So 4 minutes into this second period, and the Bruins grabbed a 2-1 lead. Face-off will be to Swayman's left. He's faced 14 Utah shots so far tonight, 13 saves. Bruins outshot 13-7 in that first period. As McAvoy pivots back in behind the net. The attempts were 27-12 in favor of Utah in the first 20 minutes.
Feels about right.
Yep. Usnadinov pushed it past Schmidt. Zacha trying to center it out of the corner. Puck came bouncing toward the slot. And Keller gets it, helps to get it out of the zone. Peterka now on the far side. Finds Keller cutting down that left wing circle. Pushed wide of the net by Middlestat.
Another good hustle back there by Middlestat. He's had some good jump in this game.
Marino to Schmidt at the left point. Past Peterka. It'll go around behind the net. Keller bringing around toward the near side circle. Centering pass for Schmaltz. And the save, or the stop made by Zadorov between the circles on the block. Usnadinov battling to get it out of the zone does. Schmaltz will play it back over to the far side for Marino. Skating back toward his own blue line. Here is Schmidt coming to center ice. Dumps it around behind Swayman, who stays put. Near side circle. Zadorov has his pass directed up into the air off of Boot. McBain trying to get it to Carcone at the top of the far circle, but Zacha got in the way of that. Shot from the far point by Sergachev, tipped up and over the net. McAvoy will backhand a floater all the way through center ice, and that one won't get for icing. Sergachev forced to come back and play it. Skated out toward the neutral zone. Boot, left side Carcone. Tried to get it back to Boot coming down that left circle. Instead it goes behind the net. And we get a whistle and a hand pass, I believe, the indication against Utah.
I think they necessarily agree, but face-off will come outside the zone.
14:24 to go here in the second. Bruins with a 2-1 lead. Face-off will be just outside the Boston blue line as Lohrei and Soderstrom hop off and Hampus, Lindholm, and Peak jump on. Elias Lindholm to face it off. Hayton gets tossed out, and Lawson Krause gets in there in his place. And Elias wins it. Hampus to Peak. He'll skate it up toward the red line and dump it in from there. Around the near side boards. Geeky against Mata. Puck goes behind the net. Cole try to play it toward the far side. It comes right to Geeky in front. And his chance gets knocked up and over the glass. Boy, Geeky had that puck land on his stick right between the circles. Mata able to get the stick in front of him.
Kind of desperation, just reaching in with that stick to get a piece of it. Got a tough bounce there for Coles. He tried to move it up the boards and right out in front. We talked about him not getting as many chances the last couple of games. He's had a few here today.
He's already potted 2. It's his 5th 2-goal game of the season. Pasternak along the near boards. Lorai had to play it down the wall. Instead gets forced out into the neutral ice. Got it back on his stick. Pass off the skate of Elias Lindholm.
That tape to tape. You're into the zone.
Jersey brings the Mammoth back ahead. Can't get it deep past Soderstrom. Geeky played across toward the near side. Lorai lost it to Yamamoto at center ice. Stenlund will carry it back to the Boston line. Dances toward the far side wall. Centering pass for O'Brien. One-timer never made it to the net. Centering pass kicked away. And the Bruins looking to break out.
Jersey read that coming across. That's, you see guys coming up and other guys with their heads down, and you kind of expect a big hit, but it doesn't happen much anymore. The open ice big hits.
He had Pasternak lined up there pretty good, didn't he? Asamont will bring down the right wing side here for Boston. Pivots away from Peterka, bringing along the end boards. Pass for Minton got blocked by Schmidt back behind the net. And Minton gets squeezed off it by Keller. And Utah will break out with a 3-on-2. Keller on the right wing. Schmaltz drops it back. And a drive by Marino, blocked by Minton. And we have a whistle and a penalty coming here against Boston. So at 12:50 to go here in the second. Bruins lead at 2-1, but they will be shorthanded when we come back on the 98.5 The Sports Hub. Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
There's nothing like the sights and sounds of the holidays. The crackle of a fire, the tearing of wrapping paper, and the of new gifts. The smell of cookies, ornaments on the tree, and the of new toys, along with the sound of Christmas carols through the Lexus Premium Sound System. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
Nobody beats FW Webb for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe valves, fittings, and more. Visit fwweb.com for a location near you.
With a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews, Awaken 180 clients like me found their solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
At Service Credit Union, trust isn't just a value, it's their promise. A promise to stand with those who serve our communities every day. I'm Charlie McAvoy, and I'm proud to partner with Service Credit Union to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. With competitive rates, easy online banking, and personal service, Service Credit Union puts people before profits. Service Credit Union. Success built on trust, banking built on service. Become a member today at servicecu.org/73reasons and join thousands making a difference.
The Celtics play on the Sports Hub.
Bruins fans, come on down to Causeway Street on Thursday night to cheer on the Bees as they continue this homestand against the Edmonton Oilers at 7 p.m. Grab your tickets now at bostonbruins.com/tickets. 12:50 to go second period. Bruins 2, Utah 1. Mammoth will go to the power play.
Chance to see McDavid. Also, Draisaitl, first German-born player tonight. He got 1,000 points.
If you've never seen them in person, it is worth every penny. As Sergachev has it at the blue line. Gives over to the near circle. A drive by Keller. Turned away with a blocker by Swayman. Rebound forced wide of the net, and McAvoy will clear it all the way down. Asamont whistled off for holding, giving Utah their second power play chance of the night. They scored on the first. Keller and Schmaltz moving up ice. Schmaltz to Keller, coming down the middle. Puck forced into the far corner by Kastelik and McAvoy. Rally's pass near circle picked off by Peterka, but the Bruins will clear it out. Now Zadorov on his horse coming up the left side trying to beat Sergachev. Gets that puck all the way into the corner. Taken behind the net by Gunther. Paterka kicks it onto his stick coming through center ice. Keller on the left side. Stops along the wall. Heels it back to Dursey at the center of the blue line. Now to Keller. And to that far side for Gunther from the top of the faceoff circle. Down low. Keller trying to get it in front. Blocked by Zadorov and cleared by Jeannot.
That's a good block because Zadorov had been out there a while. Plus he had that rush up the ice to try to get it. That's a long way back.
Yeah.
Now, you've already been battling in your own zone.
48 seconds to go on the power play for Utah. Dursey at the right point. To the circle. Hayton turns around and fires. Swayman got that one and hangs on.
Well, Swayman made a good save earlier in the power play from the right wing circle on the one time. I believe it was Keller trying to go block her side. But other than that, a couple good second efforts by the Bruins to get that puck out of the zone. Force Utah all the way back. Good stick by Zadorov.
42 seconds left on the penalty to Asimont. Hayton gets tossed out of the circle. Krause gets in against Zaka. Zaka wins it. Campus Lindholm got it behind the net. McAvoy sent to the far corner. Minton played up the wall, held in by Krause. Zaka has him wrapped up, and Minton able to poke the puck out of the zone.
Good to see Minton back out there. He took a shot right when that power play was, or the penalty, I should say, was called on Asimont.
Dursey from the Utah zone. Pass to the left side. Hayton lays around behind Swayman. He comes out behind the net and shoots it up the near side. Carcone picked it off and wheels back along the blue line. His pass across, tipped by Minton to keep it away from Dursey. Goes up over the Utah bench out of play.
Swayman's didn't see anything around the boards. He tried to clear it himself, and it was kept in. Carcone kept it in, but no harm done. Nice job out by the blue line. Again by the Bruins with a good stick.
7 seconds left on the Utah power play. Face-off will be to Swayman's right. One back into the corner by Elias Lindholm, but it'll be held in. Pass just out of the reach of Marino on the near side. Bruins will bank it out to center ice, and as Asimont comes out, Schmidt dumps it right back around the boards. Carcone takes a hit from Zadorov. Asimont will skate it to the red line and lift it into the Utah zone. Schmidt going behind the net, pressured by Elias Lindholm. But the Mammoth will break it out. Peak took his tumble at center ice. Carcone's in across the line. Right wing circle, a shot. Goes up off the back glass. Around to that far side. Stenlund was able to get a stick to it just in front of Pasternak. Tangle up in the far corner as Geekie had gone down. It'll come back to Mata. Over to Marino at the right point. Sends it back across to that far side, and it skipped through Yamamoto. O'Brien shoved to the boards by Peak. Geekie played it back down low, and it runs into Peak and O'Brien. Geekie from a knee able to get it ahead. And Elias Lindholm gives to Lohrei coming up the left side. He'll dump it in. Vanacek stops it behind the Utah net. Marino in the near corner for the Mammoth. Past the midway point of this one. Bruins with a 2-1 lead. And that's an errant pass. It'll turn into a Mammoth icing.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Face-off in the offensive zone here for the Bruins. Mark Kastelik's going to take that. Second and final meeting of the year between these two teams. Bruins lost in Utah back in mid-October, 3-2. Soderstrom goes to the right circle for Corral. He knocked away from him and out to center ice. It's funny, Marco Sturm at his morning press conference today asked about that game, said, watched the tape of it in preparation for this one. He said, you know, a lot of differences in our team, but he said, boy, we made some stupid mistakes in that game. As Keller skates it ahead here for the Mammoth. Pulls up just inside the Boston line. Wheel down into the corner. Mata brings it back toward the hash marks, but gets run off it. Soderstrom sends behind the net. Lohrei couldn't get it and is able to win it back against Schmaltz on that far side wall, but can't get it clear. Cole's pass directed out of the zone by Kastelik. Loose puck comes across the ice, and Jeannot trying to bang it deep. Directed up into the air off of Cole. Mata gives to Paterka. Rink wide pass is knocked away here by Husnudinov. He's got Zaka with Middlestat coming down the middle. Can't get it to him as sliding down in front of him was Mata. And then a puck out in front off of Zaka. Comes free back toward the blue line. Diving effort by McAvoy to keep it alive. Zadorov shoots it around behind the net. Zaka to Middlestat. Back for McAvoy, a one-timer, and that one hit a body in front. Husnudinov. Zaka, and around the far boards it'll go for McAvoy. To the near side point for Zadorov. Throws in front, and that one tipped off of Cole and goes up over the glass. 8:15 to go here in the second period. And the Bruins with a 2-1 lead here at TD Garden on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CR-V or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
When it's really cold, you'll feel it in your bones. And your house will feel it in its pipes. Of course, if your pipes burst, you're going to feel it in your wallet, too. That's why Safety Insurance offers discounts to Massachusetts and New Hampshire homeowners if you have water leak devices or freeze detection systems. It's smart to think safety first. Ask an independent agent about Safety Insurance. We'll help you manage life storms.
Hey, it's Charlie McAvoy. I love working with Service Credit Union because I believe in their mission to support the health, safety, and financial well-being of first responders. They put people before profits, and this season, Service Credit Union is giving back in a big way through our 73 Reasons campaign, donating $200 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout, up to $250,000. Service Credit Union, success built on trust, banking built on service. Join the team and learn more at servicecu.org.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
This is Boston's home for sports.
Bruins with a 2-1 lead and 8:15 to go in the second period. Morgan Geeky's goal in the first minute of the period, assisted by David Pasternak and Nikita Zadorov. With those feeds, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feed the puck. Going to face off in the offensive zone here with Fraser Minton, opposed by Jack McBain. Face-off win by Minton. Hampus Lindholm brings it down the circle along the end boards behind the net. Sent back toward the near side circle. McBain tried to play it into the middle. Bruins regain. Steves wheels and fires a shot up high on Vanacek, who cradles it against his body.
Good face-off win by Minton. It starts that play. Utah recovers well, though. You know, you get Lindholm trying to barrel his way down the boards and around the net with a good angle on him, win a battle down there. That last shift before the commercial timeout, the 2-on-1 there was Zaka and Middlestat. We mentioned Middlestat's had some good jump in this game. I think a couple of really good back checks. Zaka trying to feed that puck from the left wing side to Middlestat going to the net on the right, and just a sliding play. Just the toe of Mata got a piece of that.
Puck wrapped around the near side boards. Pasternak off of McBain comes to Geeky. A crossing pass and right back across. Oh, Elias Lindholm on the feed from Soderstrom. Couldn't get a stick on it. Pasternak. Here's Lorai at the left point. Back down the wall it goes. Behind the net, Stenlund will play it around to the far side. Soderstrom just turns and fires. Vanacek makes the save. Pasternak from behind the net, trying to tuck it out in front. Blocked on the first one by Sergachev. Second one moved out here by the Mammoth, and Stenlund will dump in from the red line. Soderstrom to Lorai in the near corner here for the Bruins with 7:20 to play in the period. Soderstrom with the pass up the left side, out of Pasternak's reach. That'll turn into an icing.
I thought Pasternak got a piece of it. They were a lot closer than we were, but I thought he got a piece. Yeah, Lindholm coming to the the back door there looking for that puck. It was a hard pass, and it got held up just a little bit. Might have thrown the timing off. He's had two of those chances, right? He had one in the first period where he had his stick lifted. Talking about Elias Lindholm.
David Pastrnak needed a new stick. So the delay before they drop the puck in the defensive zone here. Face off to Swayman's right. Won by Elias Lindholm. Soderstrom. Pass comes across the near side. Got through Elias coming out of the zone, but out of the red line. Pastrnak will backhand it deep. Vanacek tees it up at the far circle. Marino got it from Schmidt. Pass up through the middle off the skate of Hayton near the Boston line. Asamont to McAvoy coming back in behind his net for Zadorov. Zadorov's pass to Steves and drives it in from just outside the Utah zone around the far side, and a collision there with Hayton and Minton. Still tangled as they try to get up.
Yeah, penalties coming. Bruins are going to get a power play. This was interference.
McAvoy and Zadorov with the puck in front of the empty net. With the extra skater on, Minton brings it through the neutral zone to Steves across the Utah line. Kicks it down the wall and gets it behind the net to Minton. Back around that far side. Pastrnak out at the blue line. Knocked out of the zone, but Bruins maintain possession. Zadorov back inside of his own zone here again. To Hampus Lindholm. Zacha coming through center. Able to find a lane. Left wing side Pastrnak. Stops and fires in the save by Vanacek. Zacha back to Pastrnak near side. Zadorov. Center blue line to Hampus Lindholm. Geeky far circle. Turns it back toward the blue line himself. Now plays into the corner for Zacha. Deflected puck comes back toward Geeky. Center blue line, Hampus Lindholm walking it to his left. Throws it across. And Zacha has to chase it out of the far corner. Elias Lindholm at the top of the circle. The Pastrnak left circle. Tried to go back across. It was blocked. Still, they get possession. Here's Elias Lindholm looking in front for Zacha. Just missed on the doorstep, and Utah finally touches it up. So the Bruins will go to the power play here with 5:22 to go in the second period. And the Boston with a 2-1 lead. And I assume we are taking our break here as the ice crew is out. There's the light on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CRV. It's your local Honda dealers.
Whether you're putting together a hockey team or Ford's award-winning lineup of SUVs, a great team starts with the right players, like the iconic Ford Bronco family, with great looks and the 4x4 capability to perform on or off the ice, and the rugged Ford Explorer with seating for 7 and room for all your gear. Check out the full lineup of award-winning Ford SUVs at your New England Ford dealers today. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins.
Feeding the Puck for Families is proudly presented by the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation. With every assist, the Shaw's and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate funds to the Greater Boston Food Bank to end hunger here in our local communities. Up to $50,000. Learn more at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
Your holiday plans just got tastier at the 99 restaurant. Picture this: creamy, dreamy new lobster carbonara or satisfying new baked stuffed shrimp and lobster casserole. Celebrate big with us. You gotta love the Nines.
Boston Sports Talk, the Sports Hub.
5:22 to go here in the second period. Bruins with a 2-1 lead, and we'll go back to the power play here, as Barrett Hayton called for interfering with Fraser Minton.
Yeah, they're both kind of going for a puck near the Bruins bench, and Hayton threw a reverse hit before the puck even got there. That surprised Minton. Shook him up.
Bruins able to keep possession for quite a while with the goaltender pulled in 6-on-5. Now start the power play as McAvoy backs it along the blue line, throws one just wide of the net. Cole, far side circle, will clear all the way down to Swayman.
Been a little bit of a different period, this one, huh?
Much. Elias Lindholm told us after the first period he felt like they were a little slow. They have not been slow here in the second. Elias going to bring it through center ice. Left wing pass, Geeky steps in across the line. Sergachev able to knock it free, and Krause clears.
Beck had a couple of those backdoor passes that have just missed.
Yeah. McAvoy going to leave it in the defensive zone. Elias Lindholm to Zacha. Skates it across the red line. Back for Elias. Steps in across the blue. McAvoy. Pass to the left circle. Elias plays it from the wall to Zacha, cutting toward the corner. Now pivots back toward the near side. Lindholm back to the point. McAvoy to Zacha, left circle. Fires. Blocked by Sergachev. Puck off of Geeky, comes back towards Zacha. Now Geeky down low near side. Back to Pasternak. Pivots away from Schmaltz to the near side boards. McAvoy, center blue line. Zacha to Geeky. He's got 2 goals already tonight. Zacha down low. Pasternak looking for Geeky. Schmaltz stick that one away.
Picked out of the air.
Here's Pasternak off the feed from Geeky. Back across. Geeky got Zacha in front. Oh, stopped by Vanacek right in front. Zacha, far side circle. Pasternak walks it to the wall. Centering pass and a one-timer by Elias Lindholm just missed.
Pass was just in front of him enough where he couldn't get it on net.
McAvoy to Pasternak, right circle. Drags it toward the corner. 15 to go on the power play. McAvoy at the right point. Walks it to the middle. Gives back to Pasternak. Back to McAvoy. Centering pass off of Zacha's skate, and Schmaltz will get the clear, and that's going to do it for the power play. The top unit was out there for the full 2 minutes. As they redirect one deep here, Hustadinov will track it into the far corner. Schmidt able to play it toward the far side circle, and now Yamamoto drops it back to him. Cross ice, it'll come toward the near side, and Gunther played it away from Hampus Lindholm. Pete takes away a pass to the Boston blue line. Middlestat feeds it back in past Marino. Minton to it in the corner. Gunther takes away behind the net, but sent it out in front, and Middlestat just missed on the back door there.
They got to bury one of these at some point. It's right there for them.
Middlestat in the far corner, skates away from Schmidt. To Hampus Lindholm with a shot. That one blocked off his teammate Hustadinov. Yamamoto will carry out of the Mammoth zone, trying to spring Gunther into the Bruins zone, and Swayman plays the puck away from the side of his net. The near circle. Nobody can find the handle on it. It'll finally come free to Hustadinov and off the near glass and out. 2:20 to go in the second. Bruins with a 2-1 lead. Puck onto the stick of Mata at the red line. Here's Peterka sending it into the Bruins zone. Kastelik finds McAvoy in the near corner. Up toward the top of the circle. Jeannot can't get it out. McAvoy from the far corner this time. Rally tipped it along for Kastelik. He'll drag it up that right side, but then Schmaltz able to get a stick in on it. Zadorov comes back in the Bruins zone against Peterka. They get spun around. Jeannot will lob one end over end back through center. Bouncing into the Utah zone. Cole and Kastelik in a physical battle going back for that puck. Comes across toward the near side and out into the neutral zone, where it's controlled now by Jeannot. Bruins come right back in. Durzio on the far circle, try to play it up the wall. Blocked by Asimon, who goes into the corner against Dursey. Cole gets it to that far circle for McBain. Puck is loose in the slot. Now comes to Asimon, and his shot gets blocked. Keller puts it off the far boards. McBain will lift it out. Utah getting a change. Bruins looking to go back quickly. Steves will backhand it deep. Minton will track it in behind the net, but Vanacek comes out to play it. Mata clears, and a bouncing, rolling puck back into Bruins territory. Final minute of the period. Steves sent it through the neutral zone. Mata regains for the Mammoth. Stops in behind his net. And now skates it out between the circles. Left wing pass to Stenlund coming in across the Boston line. Throws one towards Swayman, sticked away. Hampus Lindholm backed up the far side for Zacha. Hustadinov carries in across the Utah line. Stops along the half wall. walks it back a little further deep. Sergachev took away a pass, and it'll get cleared back through center here with 20 seconds to go in the period. Marconi chasing Peak all the way behind the Bruins net.
Yeah, Peak almost lost that puck. Going back for it. Marconi was right on him.
Off a dump in, Vanacek to Marino in the near corner. 6 seconds to go in the period. Gunther turns up ice. On that far side, Marconi runs into Peak, and that'll do it for the period. So some big opportunities for the Bruins in that second period. They got a goal just 23 seconds in from Geekie to grab the lead, and it remains 2-1 as they head to the locker room for the second intermission. And we will be back with our second intermission in just a moment here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I got to dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're going to know by name, got to be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a rugged new Passport, Pilot, or Ridgeline. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Passport, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 3.99% APR on a 2026 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at TimberTech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
The great gifting event at BJ's Wholesale Club offers such great deals, we called in the greatest gift deliverer to spread the word.
Listen here, Santa's hardest working reindeer, letting everyone know the great gifting event at BJ's is on with 25% off select toys, 30% off select video games and small appliances, and more through December 24th. Plus, get free same-day delivery on eligible items. You'll save money while saving my aching hooves.
For terms, visit bjs.com/gifting and save all holiday season.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Beyond the bottle, Tito's has gained reputation for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits around the world to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's and learn more at Tito'sVodka.com. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Incorporated, Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
Hey guys, it's Big Jim. It's amazing the impact a used vehicle can have on a human life. When your car, truck, boat, motorcycle, or RV has served its purpose, consider donating it to the Salvation Army. Your donation helps provide a new direction for people struggling with addiction and other challenges. Visit satruck.org to schedule a free pickup, and they'll give you an IRS-approved receipt. I urge you, help the Salvation Army continue changing lives and doing the most good. Donate today at satruck.org.
Champions play here. The Sports Hub.
Zadorov will play it off the near boards. Pasternak coming out toward the blue line, turns and fires, and they score! Off the rebound, it's Geekie with his second of the night, and the Bruins make it 2-1. And that is our score after 2 periods here at TD Garden. It's the Bruins 2 and Utah 1. Back alongside Bob Beers, I'm Ryan Johnston. I had mentioned toward the beginning of that period that the shot attempts in the first period were 27-12 in favor of Utah. You said that sounds about right. Well, second period, it was 21-6 in favor of the Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, they turned it around. They flipped the script a little bit, and it started right from the first shift. It started early in the second period. They got their feet moving. They were still being physical. They established a forecheck. They're zipping the puck around in the offensive zone. You know, the one thing they have to do now is be able to finish. They're using that cross-ice pass, and You know, we talked last game against Minnesota where there were some guys that had an opportunity to shoot and ended up passing it, and vice versa. Today, I think they're making the right play. They just haven't converted on them. I mean, that backdoor pass has been there how many times? 5?
Half a dozen? Yeah. I mean, there's been quite a bit.
Yeah, and it's been there, and I give Utah some credit for just out of a little desperation getting their sticks back in the passing lane, maybe just getting a piece of it to knock it offline enough. But those passes have been there for them, and I mean, if they convert on just a couple of them, this game is, you know, I'm not going to say over, but you know, you're feeling pretty good about it going into the third. I mean, those even aren't shot attempts, you know. So time of possession in the offensive end must have been flipped as well in that second period, you know, in terms of where it was, because you said, you know, it was dominant for Utah's spot in the first period. So, and then the power play. You know, I mean, they're moving around. They had a couple chances backdoor on the power play, moving around well. You know what they're doing well, too, Ryan, is when they're under pressure on the boards, kind of down below the hash mark or right around the hash mark, that area. You can't make a pass back to the point. The weak side forward sitting on that. You can't go down low. You've got another opponent sitting on that. They're using the middle of the ice. They're using that safety valve, and we'll call it the bumper, but he's not standing in the slot. He's coming way over to support. And, you know, it's been Zacha a couple times. It's been Lindholm a couple times. And that maintains possession in the offensive zone. And, I mean, the chances they generated during that last power play, the top unit was out there the whole time. They had to go back twice for pucks, but the majority of the time was spent in that offensive end. And, you know, I don't know how many actual shots they were given credit for, but that they created probably 2 or 3 backdoor chances off of that. And, you know, they had Utah on the ropes. They just couldn't finish them off.
Yeah, only, I think, one official power play shot on that attempt.
That's not indicative of the way the power play looked. You know, the possession, the making smart plays with the puck in tight areas under pressure. And that safety valve is there for a reason. You know, you can look at that guy and say, well, you know, he's a guy that's going to get the little one-timer from down low, or, you know, he might get it from the half wall, or, you know, he's got the high tip, those types of things, you know. But he can be, if he's supporting the right way, he can be such a, you know, a tool for you to, like I said, you can't go one way. You're under pressure. You can't go back to the point. You can't go deep. So you just make that, you know, he's there. And you can say it's a blind pass, but you know he's there. You know you got support there. And then they maintain possession. Then they get it spread out again. So, I mean, a really good job with the man advantage so far in this game. They used it on the first goal. They used it on Geeky's first goal on the power play. In the way that, you know, they used the middle of the ice there with Zacha to keep a play alive.
Well, we know the Bruins have been good at closing games this year when they have the lead after 2 periods of play. One would expect that you'll see a strong push here from Utah in the third period.
Well, you expect it, but, you know, the Bruins have had 1-goal leads before, and they've continued to get better as the game has gone on. That was a good period for them, but it's still only a 1-goal game. You know, you see the formula, right? And if you let Utah freewheel, it's going to be a much different period, and they're going to get their opportunities. You know, Swayman's been good when called upon. The power play, I think it was Keller that had the one-timer from the right wing side. Other than that, he didn't have a ton to do in that period. You know, it was mostly down the other end. And even Vanacek, like, he didn't make any great saves. Maybe that one. We never got a really good replay of it
right.
on Zacha. Bruins just weren't able to convert on the passes. You know, so I think that the last time they had a 2-1 lead in this building, they extended the lead to 4-1. You know, something like that. They scored a couple of goals, and all of a sudden it's a 4-1 win. They scored one to make it 3-1, scored an empty netter to make it 4-1, and they were the better team in the third period. So that's what you're looking for if they can continue that type of game. And they've been comfortable in the tight games. They've been comfortable in the games, like you said, that they led after 2. Utah, though, their previous game coming off of a come-from-behind victory.
Yeah, they came from 3 goals down against Pittsburgh, ended up winning that game in overtime on Sunday. So it's the Bruins with a 2-1 lead. Both goals from Morgan Geeky tonight. One in the first period and then 23 seconds into the second. Has them up 2-1. Time for our music of the game, brought to you by Live Nation. Together for the first time, don't miss Avenged Sevenfold and Good Charlotte at Xfinity Center August 12th. Get tickets now at livenation.com. We will get a check of the Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Matthew Slater. I didn't earn my team's trust on game day. I earned it in every rep, and that's how Ira does it too. They show up for you every time with respect, honesty, and an expert team ready at every turn. No pressure, no runaround, just real help. Because Ira's playbook is about people, not plays. I love Ira because they've earned my trust mile after mile.
Visit your local Ira dealership today or visit us online at iracars.com.
Hey, Doug Flutie here. We all want our favorite team to be included and to thrive in the playoffs. And at the Flutie Foundation, we want people with autism included and thriving in their communities. Please visit FlutieFoundation.org to donate and be a champion for people with autism.
Valvoline Instant Oil Change is getting you home for the holidays. Their quick and reliable oil changes will get you back on the road in no time so you can focus on what really matters, making memories this holiday season. Their team of expert auto technicians will perform their signature service, all while you stay in the comfort of your vehicle. Plus, no appointment is ever needed, so you can stop in on your way to festive fun. Go to NewEnglandOilChange.com to save on your next visit. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, the official oil change of holiday travel.
Hey, you could win a brand new high-efficiency gas furnace free from Rodenizer Home Services. If your furnace is 10 years or older, go to Rodenizer.com/5 free furnaces, no purchase necessary rules online.
Is your company ready to advertise in what will be one of the largest, most highly visited year-round multi-sport and fitness facilities in all of New England? I'm Ryan DeJoy, here to announce the Become Elite Sports Dome at Wyndham Woods School, a 125,000 square foot athletics center scheduled to open in 2026. Hosting a variety of competitive sports, corporate outings, and private functions, join companies like Hafner's and the Kicks Foundation, Convenient MD, Allure Hair and Beauty, Pugliese Contracting, Southern New Hampshire Concrete, and reserve your space today. Visit besdome.org for more information. That's besdome.org.
Hey, it's Felger. This football season, make Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka your tailgate must-have. Real vodka, real brewed tea, just 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it wherever you watch the game or take it with you to the tailgate. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
The game is on the Sports Hub.
Let's pause. 10 seconds for station ID on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports. WBZFM at HD Boston, 98.5, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines, presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, NHL scoreboard, end of the second period. Chicago is a 2-0 lead over Toronto. It's the Flyers 3, Montreal 1. Beginning of the third period, Islanders have a 1-0 lead over Detroit. It's Vancouver 2. Rangers 0, and the Blue Jackets have a 3-2 lead over Anaheim. 2 other games in the second period. Edmonton with a 4-2 lead over Pittsburgh. Wild, they have a 1-0 lead over the Capitals. Just 2 other games on the slate. The Sharks, they host the Calgary Flames, while the Kraken, they host the Avalanche. And there is some baseball news regarding the Red Sox. The Diamondbacks, a surprise entrance in the Alex Bregman sweepstakes. They're kicking the tires on the possibility of signing the third baseman. The Bruins Stadium Series jersey has arrived. Don't wait to get your hands on the limited edition sweater before the Bees fly south to take on the Tampa Bay Lightning in the 26th Navy Federal Credit Union NHL Stadium Series. Bruins Gold takes center stage, featuring a football-inspired logo treatment, new bear /details, and the sunshine motif. Visit BostonProShop.com or stop by the Pro Shop located at the Hub on Causeway to grab your jersey before they sell out. I'm Joe Murray. Third period's next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
You work hard for your money. It's time to put your money to work for you. Buy a commercial Ford vehicle before the end of the year, and you could potentially save a bundle at tax time. Take advantage of this opportunity before December 31st on the #1 selling commercial vehicles for 40 consecutive years. And start working smarter with your money. Consult your tax advisor. Then visit your New England Ford dealers to learn more. Based on S&P Global Mobility, CY 1985 to 2024 U.S. TIPNet registrations, excluding registrations to individuals.
For the best deal on any name brand tire, get to Town Fair Tire. For the guaranteed lowest price and the most free services, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. And you know, I mean nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Hey, it's Ian Herzig, Project Director at Blue Sky Restoration Contractors. When water and storm damage hit, time's of the essence. The longer you wait, the more extensive the damage can become. At Blue Sky, we offer fast, 24/7 emergency response to minimize damage and restore your property quickly. And because of the size of our staff and number of locations across New England, we're there in no time and get to work quickly. So when disaster strikes your property, don't panic, but don't wait either. Visit goblusky.com and we'll be there. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow.
NHL fans, give yourself some great looks this season and get Boston Bruins tickets at Ticketmaster. As the official ticket marketplace of the Bruins and the NHL, Ticketmaster has a wide selection of tickets available for every game, so you can catch all the action live all season long. If your plans change, you can sell or transfer your tickets, and mobile tickets make it easy to get into the arena in time for puck drop. With Ticketmaster, you'll ensure that when they shoot, you'll score. Get tickets today at Ticketmaster.com/Bruins.
The scrape of blades, the clash of sticks. Hockey's more than a game. It's unrelenting, never give up moments that make you feel alive. And so you commit to the weekly ups and downs, the long road to the playoffs. You wear your heart on your sleeve and your jersey with pride. And when you're there for your team, the NHL shop is there for you. Check out the largest selection of official NHL gear at NHLshop.com. Fanatics experience.
Hey, it's Maz for Aaron's. Cold, windy, but there's no snow. But let me remind you that the infamous Snowmageddon year, where we got pummeled with snow, didn't start until January 26th. That's right, the weather can change on a dime, so do what I did. Be prepared with an Aaron's, the king of snow. I trust Aaron's to throw snow better and farther than any other snow throwers out there. So for you, throw back what old man winter dishes out with Aaron's, the king of snow. Visit your local independent Aaron's dealer today.
Welcome back. This is 2025 Tracked. This year, we had over 29 million trips taken on the commuter rail. We can't wait to see what 2026 brings. Discover more at mbta.com/massbytrain.
Your hot takes on the Sports Hub.
It's time for This Date in Bruins History, being restored by Blue Sky Restoration Contractors.
And no audio highlight for this one, as this date in Bruins history takes us back 100 years ago today, 1925. Babe Ruth was in attendance at Boston Arena as the Bruins dropped a 2-1 decision to the original version of the Ottawa Senators. Babe Ruth visited the dressing room after the game to meet the team. Of course, Boston Arena, the original home of the Bruins, later known as Matthews Arena, just had its final event there the other night. And Bruins' Jordan Harris on the IR, able to take part in that event as they close the doors there for the final time. The new arena coming at Northeastern starting in 2028. So they're going to be a little bit of a nomadic team here for the rest of this season and for the next couple before they get their new building. And if you've seen any of the mock-ups of that, it is going to be an absolutely gorgeous facility. This date in Bruins history restored by Blue Sky. Remember, if you have a property disaster, visit gobluesky.com. That's goblusky.com. Blue Sky Restoration, restoring your property and your life for a brighter tomorrow. Bruins with a 2-1 lead as we head to the third period. Utah got the lead on a power play goal by Barrett Hayton at 8:34 of the first from Dursey and Boot. Morgan Geeky's power play goal at 16:01 tied it. Pasternak and Elias Lindholm assisting on that one. And then Geeky again at even strength 23 seconds into the second period from Pasternak and Zadorov as the Bruins on top 2-1. For Geeky, it's his 5th 2-goal game of the season. For David Pasternak, a pair of assists gives him 38 points on the year in 29 games, and that is his 12th multiple-point game of the year. Boston will be going from left to right as we get the third period underway. Bruins 15-0 when they lead through 40 minutes this season. As Elias Lindholm wins the face-off to get it started. McAvoy gives over to Zadorov, back to McAvoy, who kicks it onto his stick, carries it on toward the far side boards, angles it up the wall to Geeky. Gets squeezed off it along the far boards, and Utah will bring it back out. Gunther with a pass to Kraus, and now over to Sergachev for a dump in. Around the far side board, Zadorov protecting the puck. Got it to Geekie. Deflected away from him. Still loose on that far circle. He regains. And we'll pull it back toward McAvoy in front of Jeremy Swayman. Both teams change up as McAvoy comes out from behind the Bruins net. Right side here, Zaka. Gives it a peek coming across the ice. McAvoy jumps off. Hampus Lindholm comes on. His pass across finds Zaka coming up the right wing side. Down the circle, throws one across. And Middlestad in front. Ustedinov got spun away from it. Keller will bring Utah back the other way. Marino tried to get it back to him in a give and go. That was blocked. Hampus Lindholm upended in the far corner. Keller a centering pass. And Schmaltz coming down the middle with a shot. Scramble for the loose puck. Schmidt into the far corner against Middlestad. Hampus Lindholm will backhand it around the near side. Ustedinov took a bump from Marino but gets the puck cleared. The Bruins will change.
Yeah, just a battle in the corner there that leads to that good opportunity by the top line for Utah. You know, you beat somebody in the corner, all of a sudden everybody else has to adjust. It's probably going to leave somebody open.
Boot coming to the Boston line, stumbled to a knee, still able to play the puck toward the net. Now Cole at the top of the near circle. Boot gloves it down, forced out toward the blue line by Lorai. Asimont comes out on him as well.
Yeah,
we have a penalty coming.
Going to get a penalty though, yeah. A couple of whacks. It's going to be a slashing call, Lorai on Boot.
So with 18:11 to go here in regulation, Utah will go back to the power play for the third time tonight.
Lorai arguing it. He was chasing Boot all the way out by the blue line, and there was a couple of whacks. You can get away with whacking the stick a little bit, but get anywhere near the hands, they're going to call it. Looked like he might have caught. It's hard to tell from the angle that we have, but the referee was looking right at it.
So face-off in the defensive zone here for Kastelik. He and Corrali joined by McAvoy and Zadorov on the penalty-killing unit. Kastelik wins it. McAvoy sends it behind the net. Corrali will go get it from the far corner. Sends it all the way down the ice. Bouncing puck. Vanacek puts the blocker on it. Make sure it doesn't come near the net. Puck off the near boards, out of the reach of Hayton, and McAvoy sends that one right back down the other end. As Dursey skates back to retrieve. 25 seconds gone on the penalty. Marconi couldn't handle a pass in the neutral zone, and right back down into the Utah end it goes. 1:25 left on the power play. Dursey to Hayton. Dump in from the left wing, around the far side boards. Marconi whips it across to Hayton. Center blue line, Dursey. Carconi, top of the circle with a one-timer, goes high and wide of Swayman. Near side, Dursey walks it along the blue line. Pass toward Gunther near side was tipped by Jeannot. Gunther able to keep it alive, though. Dursey at the left point. Gunther center blue line. Over to the far side, and a centering pass for Hayton. Disrupted by Peak. Puck will angle out of the zone. Both teams will change here with 45 seconds left in the Utah power play. Keller from his own blue line. Skates it across the red. Left wing pass to Peterka. Back toward Keller. Knocked away by Zadorov. McAvoy sends it around to the far side corner, but Gunther is there. Now back in behind the net. Keller takes it back around to that far side. Gunther gives back to Keller. From the top of the right circle, down low to Peterka. Peterka back to Keller at the dot. Takes a shot, and Swayman's got it squeezed up against his body.
Yeah, that time dangerous shot from Keller, and Swayman pushes out, makes sure that puck, you say squeezes to make sure it doesn't slip through that time on a dangerous shooter in Keller, who found himself open with some space there inside the dot on the right wing circle. It was a left-hand shot. Able to rotate out to him. Zadorov had gone, and Peterka down by the goal line. McAvoy was respecting the front of the net to make sure that pass didn't go back to her. Let Swayman have the shot there.
Clayton Keller, 10 goals on the season. He's riding a stretch of 3 straight 30 or more goal seasons. Sergachev plays it up the right side here, and deep it comes into Bruins territory. Lorai's about to come out of the box as it wraps around near side. Peterka from the blue line with a shot that got through to Swayman. He makes the save, gets a whistle, as the Bruins are back at full strength with 16:07 to play and a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, you know, when Marco Sturman talked about rebounds, there haven't been many here today for Utah. You know, especially if he's seeing the shot, saves are being made, and the whistles are being taken because there's no fires to put out in front of him.
Yeah, we were talking. He was talking about that this morning, talking about their 5-on-5 defense in particular, and some of the high danger chances that they do give up. 17 saves on 18 shots tonight for Jeremy Swayman, and many of them one and done. As Geekie chips it up the left wing boards, Cole will skate back behind the Utah net with possession. Out toward the red line. Soderstrom poked it back ahead, but Bruins are going to be whistled offside here. They had not quite cleared the zone. First of 5 straight here at home for the Bruins. We'll take them all the way through Christmas, and a 5-game road trip coming after that. And we will see Edmonton here on Thursday night, Vancouver and Ottawa, and back-to-back Saturday and Sunday, and Montreal come to town here on the 23rd. It's going to be a busy next week here, but all without any travel. Lorai angles it around behind the Bruins net. It'll get whipped back around to that far side. Dursey has to chase it back to center ice.
But more than make up for it after Christmas.
Yeah. O'Brien will redirect it deep. Swayman. Look at it travel. The Utah Mammoth have done quite a bit of that so far this year. This is their 21st road game. They've played 14 at home. Sergachev back in his own zone here for Utah. Marconi coming to center ice. Carries to the Boston line, played off the far wall, and then runs headlong into Zadorov and pays the price for that. Near side boards, Cole hustles over to keep in at the blue line. It'll come back deep. McBain had a hold on Zadorov. Puck is grabbed by Minton. They got a 2-on-1 here with Asamon. Minton coming down the right wing side, takes a shot, and the pad stopped by Vanacek.
Yeah, pad and blocker side. He was going for. Minton has scored before on that. Remember overtime. Same exact spot, coming down the right wing. He's a left-hand shot, trying to go that blocker side.
Zadorov with possession in the Bruins zone. Pivots away from Boot, steps in behind the net. Both teams changing out in the neutral zone here. 14:25 to play. AC Middlestat can drop it back to McAvoy. Now up the far side, Usnadinov. Peak. Will be picked up by McAvoy at center ice. Pass ahead to the attacking blue line was broken up. Comes back into the Bruins zone. Peak chasing Gunther into the near corner. Back to the point. Schmidt lines and fires. Had Krause in front. Couldn't redirect that one. Now Gunther has it bounce away toward the far circle. Krause sends it back around toward the near side. Usnadinov up against Schmidt. Gunther whips it across ice. It kicks off of Marino and back into the Utah zone. Middlestat on his horse, but Marino will get there first. Schmidt throws it back ahead. And Soderstrom will steer it up the right side for Kastelik. He and Marino shoulder to shoulder going into the near corner. Utah will come away with possession. Schmaltz got it to the blue line, but Lorai skates onto it to keep it in, and a chance right in front. The Kastelik got the stick on that, forcing Vanacek to make the save.
He did. I need Lorai to get that shot there through. That's a dangerous spot to be shooting from. Use that drag move that he's so good at. Turka just tried to draw one there.
Yeah, got the stick from Janot and hit the deck. Referees weren't buying. Schmaltz in across the Boston line. Keller gave it back to Sergachev. They whip it across here. Schmaltz top of the left circle. That shot blocked. Hit Keller. It looked like he's a little slow in getting up. Pasternak coming up the right side. Runs out of room at the attacking blue line. Now Peterka will come back the other way. Into the far corner. Zadorov gets the body between Dursey and the puck.
Lindholm just got tripped up, so.
Puck will come back behind the net. McAvoy shoves Peterka down. Zadorov will take the puck from the near circle and go back behind the net. Utah changing. Bruins will Get some fresh bodies on here as well. McAvoy tossed into the air, knocked down with a high stick by Cole. Stenlund doesn't want to play it. Now does, and that'll draw the whistle. 12:15 remaining here in the third period. And the Bruins still leading at 2-1 here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealer.
No time of the year sounds better than the holidays. We look forward to the opening of new presents, heading out with family to see holiday lights, then racing back home to enjoy a traditional family meal. Or sometimes running back out to grab the last-minute gift. Get into the holiday spirit during the Lexus December to Remember sales event. Get offers on select models now through January 5th. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer.
Boston Vision helped baseball legend David Ortiz get back to seeing 20/20 again, and they can do the same for you. See like Big Papi. Book your free evaluation at bostonvision.com.
Nobody beats FW Webb for plumbing, heating, HVAC, refrigeration, pipe valves, fittings, and more. Visit FWWebb.com for a location near you.
With a 98% customer satisfaction rating and thousands of 5-star reviews, Awaken 180 clients like me found their solution for weight loss. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, it's Mavs for Window Nation. I don't need to tell you, it's cold out there. If you spent last winter thinking that it was time for new windows, it's good that you waited. Right now, during Window Nation's end-of-year sale, you can get 50% off, plus you could get 0% financing for 5 years. That's on windows that stop those cold, wintry drafts, seal out moisture, and are so energy efficient that you will save money on your monthly utility bills. Plus, they're installed in 1 day, backed with a lifetime warranty, and an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Sale ends soon, so don't miss out on 50% off and 0 interest for 5 years. Visit windownation.com to get started.
Hit 985thesportshub.com.
The annual Festival of Trees auction is live, with all proceeds benefiting the Boston Bruins Foundation. Each mini tree includes items such as autographed memorabilia, gift certificates, and items from Bruins players and their families. The auction closes on December 20th at 10 p.m. So place your bid today by heading to bostonbruins.com/Festival of Trees.
A good opportunity for Mitten on the last 2-on-1. It's going down the right wing side. I see he was in good shooting position as well. Had the option to pass if he wanted to, but he liked what he was looking at there.
Borai got hit hard in the far corner by O'Brien. Bruins able to clear the puck out towards center. O'Brien along the near wall, gets it back in across the blue line, but right back out, and Pasternak's got it. He'll skate it ahead to the Utah line, throws a dipper toward the net. Vanacek knocks it down and then covers it up with 11:50 to go in regulation. Bruins still up 2-1.
Laurie not all that happy with that hit that he just took from O'Brien. If he turned into it or not. You see a guy coming, you turn at the last second, you know you're going to get hit by O'Brien. He's not going to pass up a hit.
Right. So face off in the offensive zone here. It'll be Minton to take it against McBain. Near circle down to our right. Minton gets a warning. Actually, back out here, and Steves will take his place. Off the near boards, it comes back to Peak for a rising shot, and the save made by Vanacek. They'll face it off again.
Got some bodies trying to rotate to the front of the net there. It was a quick shot from Peak. He gets it all the way through.
Peak scored a goal inside the final second in Minnesota on Sunday. Had an empty netter about a week before. He's got 2 goals in his last 4 games. Steves over to Hampus Lindholm. Couldn't get it through Boot, who fights to get it out of the zone. Peak will skate back to retrieve. Steves at the near side. Angles it up the near boards. Is going to trickle wide of Vanacek, and that'll be a Bruins icing.
Now Minton trying to get there. He's about even. That'll be called an icing. He's taken a couple hits today, but he's also, that makes a nice play to create the 2-on-1 for himself. Won a couple good faceoffs. Challenge now. The top line comes out here for Utah.
It was interesting talking to Marco Sturm about Minton the other day, and he said, I asked him about his offensive growth, and he said there's more offense there, but I want him to continue to concentrate on things defensively. So on the far side circle, Steves gets a loose puck. Can't get it cleared. Keller towards Sergachev near side. Schmaltz pulls it off the wall. Crossing pass off the Karam. Keller working against Hampus Lindholm over there. Back across to the near side for Schmaltz. Throws it in front. Deflected and goes airborne into the near corner. Played up the boards by Hampus Lindholm. Minton will chip it forward, but that's going to be another icing, so Boston won't get a change.
Minton a little frustrated with himself there. He just wanted a soft chip up the boards so that he can get the line change for everybody on his line and the deep pair. Got a little bit too much on it. Another key face-off, same way. They lost the last one here against Schmaltz.
Minton has won 4 out of 5 today.
He just got a warning because he wouldn't get in the dot.
Utah wins this one. Top of the circle. Keller able to move it along. Marino centering pass. Came all the way through. Marino plays it near side for Schmaltz. Back across to Peterka. Far circle, and Swayman with the right pad save.
Steves and Asimon have had opportunities to get the puck out and haven't been able to do it.
Minton put his shoulder into Schmaltz in the near corner. Puck comes down on the end boards. Hampus Lindholm wrapped it up off the glass, and it kicked right on to Steves, and he'll lift it out through center.
Got a bit quick on this change, though.
Schmidt gets it right back deep. McAvoy will come back and get
everybody off.
And Utah goes for a change of their own with 10:25 to go. Middlestat redirects a pass deep. Mata looks over his shoulder, plays it up the near side. McAvoy throws it in front, tipped on by Husnudinov, but Vanacek was there to make the save.
Yeah, he's in good position, and it wasn't hard enough. Like McAvoy's a little off balance, just trying to get that shot through quickly because he's got Husnudinov down there. The puck was in his feet. Still a good tip, but Vanacek makes a good save. That 3 really good saves this period.
Puck was wobbling the whole way to Husnudinov. Added a little bit of extra adventure to it for Vanacek. Puck comes behind the net with Cole. Into the neutral zone, Hayton. Pass across to the left side. Here's Mata with a step. Centering pass goes all the way through. Cole at the right point. Back toward the corner. And Hayton keeps it moving into the near corner for Kraus. Hit from Husnudinov. Mata got it loose to Gunther. His one-timer blocked off of Zadorov. Husnudinov will play it up the right side. Middlestat's got a step. Middlestat moving in right circle. Sent it across, and Zacha dismissed. But Middlestat off the rebound scores. Zacha's initial shot went wide, but off the backboards to Middlestat, who pops it home. Bruins have a 3-1 lead and a little dust-up after the goal as well.
It's good to see him get rewarded. He's had a strong game. Middlestat has defensively, offensively, made some smart plays, some good hustle plays. And this time, he's going to come in down the right wing side. It's a nice indirect pass through the neutral zone. Come down his off wing on the right side and wait it all out. Looks like he might take the shot instead. He goes to Zacha, who's coming late, and Zacha, his shot goes wide, but it comes right back out the other way. As Middlestat continues towards the net, he's got pretty much an open net to finish this one off.
Yeah, he just had to beat Dylan Gunther, who was back trying to defend the, as you said, open net. So just past the midway point of the third period, and the Bruins lead is now 3-1. Sergachev inside the Boston line, throws one in front. Yamamoto, a turnaround shot blocked by Lohrei. Far corner, Corrali and Stenlund come together. Puck back to Dursey at the right point. Sergachev, top of the left circle, moving toward the slot with a backhander. Kicked off to Corrali in the far circle. Sent it around near side, but Yamamoto picked it off. Here's Dursey, knocked off balance by Kastelik as he tried to get off a shot.
Good answer shift here by Utah.
Dursey, center of the blue line. Wines, fires. That one off of Jeannot goes wide. Near sideboards, Kastelik wins the battle from Yamamoto. He'll kick it out of the zone. Corrali trying to send it up the far boards, instead puts it into the Utah bench. We will take a timeout with 8:54 to go here in the third period. It's the Bruins 3, Utah 1 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord, a 4.49% APR on a 2025 Pilot, or a 0.99% APR on a 2025 Ridgeline.
See dealer for financing details.
TD Bank cardholders score special benefits at TD Garden, from Pro Shop discounts and free tours to free popcorn and more. These benefits were made for game time. Card eligibility restrictions and terms apply. Learn more at td.com/TD Garden Perks. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins and the Boston Celtics. Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders and new sauces. So whether you're a creamy ranch girly or a new Wendy's signature stand, you can dip to your heart's content. Now let's wrap this up because I gotta dip. I want to try these new tenders. For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Zoe and Beetle, middays on the Sports Hub.
Casey Middlestad's goal is tonight's electric play delivered by Granite City Electric's GCE Night Train. Electrical contractors, get on board the GCE Night Train. Order your materials to be delivered overnight to the job site the following morning and save time and money. Go to gcenighttrain.com to order. That goal is Middlestad's 8th of the year from Pavel Zacha and Murat Husnadinov at 10-16. It has the Bruins up 3-1 with 8:54 to play. For Middlestad, that's his 3rd goal in the last 5 games. Face off here at center ice. McBain a little over-anxious, gets kicked out of the circle. Elias Lindholm against Daniil Boot, and now Lindholm will get tossed out. So Geekie stands in. And he wins it toward the far side of the circle. Pasternak trying to poke it forward. Lindholm near the Utah line lost it, and it'll get dumped in by Carconi around Swayman into the far corner. Hampus Lindholm behind the net for Pete. Off of Carconi, kicked out toward the near circle. And Carconi tracks it, gives to Boot. Over to Sergachev, one-timer and a stick save. Peak sent it up the near side boards. And still loose. McBain fires off the blocker of Swayman up over the net. Marconi knocked down behind the net. Puck came out in front. Pasternak and Geekie trying to move forward. Now they do. Elias Lindholm back to Pasternak on the left wing side. Centering pass for Geekie. And the save made by Vanacek as Geekie redirected that one on. McAvoy from the near point. Zadorov, center of the blue line. Pasternak far circle against Dursey. Dursey wins the puck. McBain will backhand a floater through center ice. Utah will change. McAvoy moves it back toward the red line and dumps in around the far side boards. Asamont going into the corner against Marino. Minton at the back of the net. Doing battle with Schmaltz. Schmaltz poked it loose. And it'll be Keller to play it across the ice coming through center here. Peterka. Peterka and McAvoy, both guys go down as they were battling for that puck, and a backhander put wide by Peterka. Steves behind the net to McAvoy coming to the near side. And he'll lob it out to center ice. It gets through Marino. Trickles in on Vanacek. Bruins are changing. 7:08 to play in regulation. 3-1 Bruins lead. Schmidt's pass directed over the glass by Liam O'Brien, out of play.
Fans, hockey season is the perfect time to get a high-efficiency Peerless boiler. Be ready and start saving now. Find the Peerless boiler that's right for your home or business and a list of local installers at peerlessboilers.com. Remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
The faceoff is going to be moved back to center ice here with 7:01 to go. Sean Corrali against Kevin Stenlund. Puck comes all the way back deep. Corrali broke his stick. Has to go back and grab a new one. Around the near side boards to O'Brien. Hand it off for Stenlin. His pass knocked away, and Kastelik and Jeannot coming forward. Jeannot sends around behind the Utah net. Cole at the near circle to Mata and up the right wing side. Utah gains the attack zone. Coming toward the near circle. Stenlin, a one-timer that went wide. Mata plays off the far boards. McAvoy reaching around O'Brien. O'Brien diving for that puck. Took the legs out from underneath Jeannot. Zadorov settles back behind Jeremy Swayman with 6:18 to play. He'll pass up the middle for Husnadinov. Carries to the Utah line. Middlestat moving toward the high slot. Finds Hampus Lindholm. Now back to Middlestat. On to Peak. Top of the right circle. Shot wide on the glove side. Hampus got it back behind the net to Husnadinov. Off the near boards to Peak. Back for Husnadinov along the half wall. Middlestat. High slot. Over to Hampus for a shot. That gets knocked down in traffic in front as Zaka and Gunther were side by side. It'll be brought back out into neutral ice by Dursey. Skates it all the way to the Boston end. Swayman goes out behind the net. Played it back around near side. Gunther took a heavy tumble courtesy of Peak. Puck will come back their direction. Hayton just spins it around the far boards. Marino coming from the bench. Got there in time, but the puck jumped over his stick and lost it out of the zone. Schmidt fires it right back around. 5:20 to play. Peak out of the near corner. Volleys it to the attacking blue line over the head of Pasternak. It reached up with the stick. Would have been a high stick anyway. Up the left side. That pass is too far for Schmaltz, and that'll be a Utah icing.
For the Bruins, it's been still work to be done with 5:07 to go here in this third period, but you know, even a shift where there was a couple of icings, they didn't get it out of the zone. It looked like Swayman saw a lot of the pucks coming in, or they got knocked down in front at least. Pretty good block by Lorai at one point.
Held Utah to 5 shots. Yeah, 5 shots on goal through the first 15 minutes here. Up to the attacking blue line here for Keller for the Mammoth. Turns it back along the blue line, chased by Elias Lindholm, and then hands it right to David Pasternak, who finds Geekie cutting up ice. He's got Lindholm on the left wing side. Back to McAvoy, the trailer in front for Geekie, poked away by Vanacek.
Well, he's made some good saves. That was a good look by McAvoy coming late.
Keller gets back into the Bruins zone. Toward Peterka in the near corner. Zadorov takes away. Sends it around far side.
That was a good passing play all around. Vanacek just reads it.
Elias Lindholm will play it up the left wing side.
He lost the handle on it just enough where he couldn't drag it to the backhand.
Geekie bidding for a hat trick. He's got one in his career. Marconi in the far corner of the Bruins zone. McBain at the back of the net. They'll come back to Mata, fakes a shot, but then Minton steps out on him. Asamont's got the puck with speed up the left wing side. Goes around Mata, goes right to the front, and scores! Mikey Asamont with a backhander makes it 4-1.
Yeah, you get Utah cheating a little bit in the offensive zone, and then you get into some open ice and use your speed. And Asamont's going to come out of the zone. He's going to go hard up the left wing side. Mata thinks he's got him angled off, and then he kind of blows a tire as Asamont protects the puck. It's a left shot coming down the left. Leans in on Mata, and then brings it strong to the front of the net. Forehand, backhand before Cole can come over and lift his stick.
6th goal of the year for Mikey Asamont, and the Bruins have a 3-goal lead and under 4 minutes to go. As they have managed to extend this lead here in the third period. So Bryan will redirect one around behind Swayman. Jeremy plays it into the far corner for Lorai. Helped out of the zone by Kastelik. Schmidt to Stenlin, just inside the Boston zone. Angled in behind the net. O'Brien cut it off the hash marks far side. Will send it back around to the near side with 3:20 to play. Pete will carry it out into neutral ice. Tried a headman pass for Jeannot, who didn't see it coming. Dursey will peel out of the corner. He and the referee going to clip legs, it looked like. Dursey will skate it into neutral ice and dump it in. Peak against Gunther at the back of the Bruins net. Zaka getting a stick in there as well. Under 3 minutes to play. Hampus Lindholm spun it up the far side glass. Got away from Middlestat. Gunther to Sergachev. Sends one across, and Hampus Lindholm knocked it away before it got to Krause. Out at the far side of the blue line. Hayton. Gunther whipped one through the top of the crease. Sergachev steps around Husnudinov. Chased down into the corner by Middlestat. Sergachev comes back along the near side, and out of the zone it comes, and all the way back into Utah territory. Boston will get a change. 2:22 to play. And Dursey will dump in. Swayman stops it. Zadorov, far circle to Minton. Challenged by Boot, who keeps it in the zone. Carcone coming into the middle, but McAvoy able to knock it free from him. Carcone regains, goes behind the net. Stuffer far post. Swayman holds his ground and gets the puck covered. And a couple of hacks at it on that far side post with 2:03 to go. So Mikey Asamont's 6th goal of the year has the Bruins up 4-1 on Utah here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CR-V, or HR-V. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CR-V, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HR-V.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si and Type R.
The new DQ Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal has everything and more. With a Crispy Onion Cheeseburger, full-size fries, a drink, and a sundae, you gotta try the new Crispy Onion Cheeseburger $7 meal deal. For a limited time at participating DQ locations. Happy taste good.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for Feeding the Puck for Families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Toucher and Hardy, mornings on the Sports Hub.
2:03 to go here at TD Garden, and the Bruins have a 4-1 lead over the Utah Mammoth. It was 2-1 coming into this third period. Casey Middlestat and Mikey Asamont have made it a 3-goal game. Boston trying to kick off this 5-game homestand on a positive note. Face off to the left of Jeremy Swayman here for Corrali and McBain. Everyone jumps, they reset. And off the drop, Soderstrom's going to reach in there and grab the puck and pull it back behind the Bruins net. Up the near side wall, Kastelik finds Jeannot across the Utah line. Near side boards protecting the puck against Schmidt. Plays to Corrali. Skates it into the right wing circle. Back to the net. Gets it back to Lohrei, center of the blue line. Backing toward the near side. Turns along the hash marks and carries back toward the blue line. Then is it hacked away by Boot. Carcone brings the Mammoth forward but can't get it through Soderstrom. Back towards center ice, just out of Jeannot's reach. Minute 25 left. Dursey in the near circle of the Utah zone. Keller steps away from Steves, but not much room to maneuver there coming through the neutral zone. Peterka off the far side wall gets it deep. Hampus Lindholm sends it toward the far side. Asamont gets it in the middle here for Peak. And up the right side to Steve. Sends it softly into the Utah zone, and we're into the final minute. Puck redirected out of the zone just past Peak. He gets it right back in. Delayed offside. Utah has it with 45 seconds left. Through the neutral zone, Schmaltz in across the line. Keller to Peterka, far circle, blocked by Hampus Lindholm. And it'll be Minton to kick it out of the zone. Steves puts a shoulder into Schmaltz. And Asamont will get it deep. And we have a penalty coming up here. And we have big-time scrum breaking out right at the red line over by the benches.
I think Schmaltz retaliated on that hit by Steves. And Dursey's in on Steves right now.
Officials trying to keep a lid on this one. Steves and Dursey have the gloves off. They're mostly wrestling right now. O'Brien just got tackled by the linesman.
Yeah, well, he's the one he's the wild card, right? He gets in there, then Bruins don't have any quote-unquote tough guys on the ice. O'Brien's got to be careful he doesn't get abusive official trying to get at Steves.
The official had him by the jersey and ended up getting spun down to the ice. Steves and Dursey will head up the tunnels. O'Brien did as well.
Yeah, I think I didn't see the retaliation, but I think that's exactly what happened. Steves threw a hit on Schmaltz right near the benches.
So all that comes with 25.4 seconds to play.
There's a lot of white jerseys out there. I think there were 6 white jerseys out there.
They did not have the goaltender pulled.
Well, I think no, but I think
they were starting to
change. Middle of a line change. I'd have to count both sides there again, but
Schmaltz just got sent up the tunnel as well here. Officials trying to sort all this out. This is the last time these teams will play each other during the regular season. Bruins will even the season series after losing at Utah.
Oh yeah, the retaliation slash. So I'd have to check again, but I mean, everybody was together in between the two benches, and it was in the middle of a possible, it's definitely in the middle of a line change.
They put 2 minutes up on the board here for Nick Schmaltz. So the Bruins looks like we'll have a power play out of all this. It's Academic with 25 seconds to go in a 4-1 lead. Referee TJ Luxmore over having a conversation with Andre Tourigny over in the Mammoth bench.
Yeah, the referees have too much going on. There's no announcement on the penalties, so.
Now, an explanation to Marco Sturm, and Utah will send a man across ice to serve the penalty here to finish this one off. Coney into the box.
Thought he might throw Geeky out here just on the power play. We're looking for a hat trick, but instead he'll go with at the Corrali line.
Nastolik wins the face-off. Soderstrom to Corrali. Soderstrom back to Corrali. Over to Lorai at the left point. 13 seconds left. Soderstrom to Corrali as they continue to play catch-up high here. Soderstrom letting the clock tick down. Corrali sends it back to Lorai, far circle, whips one in front, and that will do it. So the Bruins pull away in the third period and beat the Utah Mammoth here tonight 4-1 to open up this 5-game homestand at TD Garden. And for Boston, that is their 6th win in the last 8 games. 4-1 the final. Back with a recap next here on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local Honda dealers.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Hey, it's Sean Flaherty, managing partner at Catches Law. At Catches, we don't just work here, we live here. We're part of the same neighborhoods, the same schools, the same New England towns that you call home. So when life hits hard and you need someone in your corner, you deserve lawyers who truly understand what's at stake. With over 40 years of experience and more than $3 billion recovered for the people of New England, we know how to win, and we know how to fight for you. Visit catcheslaw.com today to schedule your free consultation. And remember, there's no fee unless you win.
I love shows about survivalists, eager to test themselves under the most extreme conditions. Of course, when you consider weather events these days, wildfires, hurricanes, torrential rain, and flooding, we're all survivalists. Visit the Resource Center at safetyinsurance.com and be prepared to protect your family, your property, even your business. The forecast calls for safety. Ask an independent agent about safety insurance. We'll help you manage life's storms.
TD Bank's here for an assist with a special checking and savings account offer for new customers. Perfect for fans of the Bruins. Learn more at td.com/garden offer or stop by any TD Bank location in New England. Terms and eligibility apply. TD Bank, Bank of the Boston Bruins.
Hey hockey fans, it's Bob Beers. If you're ready to upgrade your outdoor living space, look no further than TimberTech Decking and Railing. TimberTech is the #1 premium composite decking brand, and it's tough enough to handle anything. It looks just like real wood, but without the costly maintenance of a wood deck. It won't rot, warp, splinter, or peel, ever. And it's backed by industry-leading warranties, so your deck will last year after year after year. Connect with a local contractor or order free samples at timbertech.com to see the TimberTech difference for yourself. TimberTech, everything wood should be.
98.5 The Sports Hub and the Bruins Radio Network welcome the following new partners. Your New England Chevy dealers and the Chevy Silverado. TimberTech Decking and Railing, #1 in premium decking. Order free samples at timbertech.com. Blue Sky Restoration. Tune in to hear this date in history being restored by Blue Sky all season long. And remember, if you have a property disaster, visit goblusky.com. And your Boston area Lexus dealers. Experience amazing at your Lexus dealer today. From the home of the Bruins, thank you for joining our winning team.
It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2026 CRV or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV. Hurry into your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details.
Before every kickoff or first flash of the stage lights, there's the build. At Gillette Stadium, unforgettable moments from Patriots football to world-class concerts begin with what's designed and made behind the scenes, and it starts with Autodesk. As the official design and make platform of Gillette Stadium and the New England Patriots, Autodesk helps the Craft Group reimagine how New England designs and builds for the future, because when it's built right, anything is possible. Autodesk, make anything. Proud partner of the New England Patriots.
Hi, this is Andrew Peak. I'm excited to be teaming up with the Shaws and Star Market Foundation and 98.5 The Sports Hub for feeding the puck for families. Every time me or one of my teammates feeds the puck this season helps score a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation Nourishing Neighbors Initiative will donate $100 to help end hunger here in our local communities. Since its inception, Nourishing Neighbors has raised more than $250 million across the country to ensure our neighbors have the nutrition needed to thrive locally. Every time we feed the puck for a goal, the Shaws and Star Market Foundation will make a donation of $100 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help end hunger up to $50,000. To learn more about feeding the puck for families, visit 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
Electrical contractors, Granite City Electric has a convenient way for you to pick up and access your materials 24/7. Introducing the GCE Night Train Depot. Pick up supplies when it's convenient for you. All materials are stored safely indoors and order size doesn't matter. It's not a locker. Best of all, it's free with over 27 Night Train Depot locations across New England. Convenience and savings all delivered to you from Granite City Electric Supply. Proud partner of the Boston Bruins Radio Network.
Driving in a Honda Wonderland. It's that time of year again. Happy Honda Days, where you can drive in a Honda Wonderland of your own with a great offer on a fun-to-drive new Accord, Civic, CRV, or HRV. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 3.99% APR on a 2025 Accord or a 2026 CRV, a 4.99% APR on a 2026 Civic, or a 3.49% APR on a 2026 HRV.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI and Type R.
Felger and Maz, afternoons on the Sports Hub.
Bruins with a 4-1 victory in front of Jeremy Swayman tonight as he joins us downstairs after the win over the Utah Mammoth. Sway, how important was it for you guys to get off on the right foot in this 5-game homestand?
That's important. Coming home here, we're really excited for this homestand, and we know it's the holiday season, so we got to give the fans what they want. But it's important to get a good start. I thought the guys did a great job coming off from the beginning and playing a full 60.
Yeah, Sway, even into the first period, we had Elias Lindholm on, and he said that he thought that you guys played slow in the first period and needed to get a lot better. A second and third period seemed like you found your game. What was that discussion like in between periods?
I think exactly that, just an identity piece, knowing that we have more, knowing that we're at home, using that momentum. We have a lot of good players in here, and we just needed that first period to get under us, and away we went. So, again, just a kudos to the group, recognizing, that we need more and delivering.
Defensively, looked like you had a pretty good look at most of the shots tonight.
I did, and that's something that we wanted to make sure our structure's elite. And when I'm seeing pucks, the first shot, we got a pretty good chance of clearing the rebounds and making sure that we get it out of our zone. So that's something that we need to continue to work on, but I thought we did a great job of that tonight.
Well, nice job. Congrats on the win, and we'll see you guys again a couple of nights.
Thanks, boys.
Thanks,
see you
Sway.
soon.
All right, Jeremy Swayman joining us as he and the Bruins with a 4-1 win tonight over Utah. And, I think you alluded to it earlier tonight. It was another one of these games where the Bruins, start, a little slow in the first period, but the game kind of comes to them, and once they got the lead, they're able to pull away.
Yeah, I mean, Utah was flying in the first period. The Bruins, I'm not going to say didn't have any answers, but they were a bit of a step behind. And, if Utah was zipping the puck around, we talked about it before the game. Sturm talked about it this morning, saying, look, they're a fast team. We all know that they're a fast team, but we can't let them play fast. And that's, a lot of things kind of dial into that and go into that. But they did a much better job in the second. Zone time, shot chances, shots on goal. I mean, they should have blown the game open in the second period with some of the opportunities they had. Those backdoor passes, looking, to finish a couple of those off, and just weren't able to come up with them. But, then they're up 2-1 going into the third period, and 16-0 now when they lead after two periods. It's impressive. At some point, it gets to be a pretty good pattern where you're playing with confidence, and you would not only that, but you extend the lead. You get 2 goals in the third period, no empty netters. You get 2 goals in the third period. To get a comfortable 4-1 win, but it was tight all game until, partway through that third. So it was a good effort. It was actually a fairly physical game, but a fairly clean game. There were a few things at the end, I know, but for the most part, not a ton, and it was. But it was played hard by both teams, and that's why it was a close game. I thought Vanacek had to make the more difficult saves in the third period than maybe Swayman did. There was a couple of odd man rushes. There was a couple of chances in tight where he had to make good saves on them. Swayman, he did his job. You should make the saves that you have to make, and he did that. And I like the fact that, the coach mentions rebounds have been something that has crept in. And, if a goaltender doesn't see a shot, you're in position to make a save.